Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the KONTAINEROZ podcast. The podcast is sponsored by PortPro, the leading operating system for drayage carriers. Schedule a demo today at portpro.io. And don't forget to mention KONTAINEROZ for 10% off. Woo!
That was good.
PortPro.
Like
All right. We're obviously nice and ready to go. We were chopping it up a little bit. And everyone's
we're ready.
good. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Today I got Triple G in the house and part of the team. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Don't sound too excited, guys.
Yeah.
Speaking to the mic, everyone. Just a little asshole moment for me, I guess, but I gotta keep doing it.
No, I understand.
So let's do it.
What's up?
Why'd you bring these guys with you? I think it's gonna be interesting. They're gonna call out the shit right here in
the
person.
boss?
Yeah.
boss.
To my face.
Yeah, to your face.
Yeah, and me to theirs. No, I just brought them in because they've been doing port for a year now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been almost like exactly a year, and they came from the dirt. And
They came from the bottom, like they.
No. They were hauling dirt. They would haul dirt or they call it material and stuff like that. So to get them to come over here, well, they were hearing a bunch of things, that it sucks. They're not gonna make any money. That they're gonna wait for them and stuff like that. So I was like, I think it'd be a good little thing to have them here, so that they could have,
good experiment.
A good, their version of our job, because you did it for many years. I've done it for what is it, like 8 years now. So I mean, we know how it is, but for them, it was like something completely different. And that's why I was like, oh, it might be a good idea to have these guys here. So because these are the foundation, the what keeps us going. Because I mean, they're really our first drivers.
And
we didn't have before. It was just my dad, my brother, and I.
Yeah, you gotta keep them happy, huh?
Yeah.
Do they ask for a lot, or how do you guys get along?
I don't know. They could answer that, because I think we get along pretty good.
Yeah, we're friends. I've known him since I was 19. I'm 31 now. 18 actually. I turned 19.
Damn. We started at Ready Pack, bro.
Yeah, Irwindale. It was a
closer. Yeah, sorry.
It was a warehouse in Irwindale.
He's gonna be the problem. You could tell already.
Right.
He's a little shy. So.
And then I've known him since I was 23.
Yeah, I think I've known him since 2014.
Yeah, so we're friends. We're friends.
Yeah, we're
And I
friends.
introduced him. Yeah. So that's the dynamic.
So I think we get along pretty well.
Yeah.
And then you tried to bust the same thing on me when you were hauling for Triple G. Boss, and you're my boss. And
Yeah, boss.
Hate
Yeah,
that.
he
Respectfully.
hates it.
I hate that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
he-
I hate
he
that.
is the boss.
I tell
He
these
is the
guys
boss.
all the time. No, I'm your
It's an
coworker,
ethic.
This
It's
bro.
whole session, we're gonna refer to him as boss.
No.
yeah, he's a boss. Yeah.
All right, boss man.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
boss.
Here we go.
I call him chief,
No,
general,
the thing is that
captain.
No, the thing is that he's more. It's not more boss dynamic. It's because he does exactly what the same thing we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
It's
we
the
do-
same thing. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just
He's-
feel like
he's there with us.
we're coworkers. All I do is
Yeah.
just get I
makes the
talk to the
appointments.
people that give out the work, and I just let them know what to do. But that doesn't make me any different.
Yeah, then he gets us involved. He'll tell us, okay, so this is what we have for the week. How many? What can we commit to? And then he just makes the appointments, tells who where to go.
And
I
we
try to
just,
make it
It's the
easy.
same- yeah, it's
we just listen.
We're friends. We're just
like,
friends.
all right, boss.
We're friends.
You're friends till they're not receiving shit. Then everyone goes crazy.
No, these guys actually.
Fuck up the
No.
momentum, you know?
If there's no work, I'm glad to take the day off.
Yeah.
He has a problem with it. Like
No, I don't have a problem. No.
I thought you were.
Let's throw these shots
What's up,
right
boss?
now.
I thought you were no Force Dispatch.
No, I drive.
no.
I drive his truck, so there's bills need to be paid, and I understand this.
Yeah, and technically I drive for his dad, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really not a problem. It's very understanding. It's like I said, we're friends. It's a give and take, and
Well, for me, so we'll go into this topic, I guess. Right? For me,
There's a lot of
I don't get
of kicking going on underneath the table, guys.
It's not me.
No, you're kicking each other. Like there's something.
Oh,
you
they're
know,
playing footsies over there.
And I think
No. For me, I don't like to leave anything on
You
the
said
table.
me a lot of times.
Yeah.
Is he a selfish boss?
No. It's because we have different point of views.
Yeah.
So for me,
I'm just playing. Don't get mad, boss.
Oh my god. So for me, it's just I don't like to leave anything on the table when we get the word given to us, and you know that.
Yeah.
You know that. Like I like if they give us, let's say, because we do export, right? So we do the opposite from what everyone else is doing. Mostly everyone is doing imports.
Yeah.
Where it's just which we see some of the problems that they're going through, but it's a little more of a smoother transaction at the ports. We do the opposite, so it's less traffic, less everything. I mean, the only traffic we really get is to get in, right? And then to get the empties, well, the line we have a chassis, so we go to the front, we get flipped, we
Yeah,
get
that's
out.
peace of mind right there.
Yeah, so it's a little different. So for me, I don't like to leave anything on the table, and I tell these guys all the time, it's Monday through Friday. You guys, this is what we do. Fridays, we try to be off early. Saturday, Sunday, you guys have time to do whatever you guys want, and not a lot of people have that. Mm-hmm. Like some people demand their drivers to work on a Saturday. So for me, it's not that I get mad or anything like that. It's just that from Monday through Friday, if there's more things to do, I like to have these guys do it, and myself. So that's all it is. I don't feel like I get upset or anything like that.
Yeah, you just gotta finish where you committed to.
Yeah, so
keep it going.
Yeah, so I feel like for them having the weekend off is a privilege, like especially in the industry we're in, truck driving. So and they work hard. They work. They know how I feel about them. I praise them all the time.
I would see them. Yeah. I'm going. They're coming. I'm going. Like,
yeah, they work hard. They work really hard, and I'm grateful for that. And sometimes is you got to do missions, and they do them. They never say no. So I have no problem with them being off on the weekend. Sometimes maybe a couple times in the year that they worked, I did tell them, hey, you know what, we have to work on Saturday because we didn't finish this. We have to do it, but it's rare. It's rare. And then Fridays they're off early, so it's almost like they're getting 3 days off because they do one load for the most part, and they go home, and they enjoy the rest of the week. The rest of the weekend. So I don't know. I don't think I get mad. What do you think, Eric? You think I get mad?
No.
I don't think I get mad.
No. For the most part, it's good.
It's just when I'm stressed out, when I'm getting the pressure, and then so here's where I stand. I'm consistently
it's like he's dispatching at the same time that he's driving. I'm
consistently all day, and like I said, this, texting, calling dispatchers, right? Hey, can we do more? Can we do more? Can we do more? And it's sometimes they don't even reply. They don't call back. They don't answer my phone calls. And then finally, right, they send a text. Oh, okay, you can do more. So they give me more. I'm begging for more. And then it's like, these guys are like, all right, well, we were already on home mode. So, so it's like, look,
once you go home, sometimes it kind of kicks in.
Or not even going home. It's just the fact that, like they're at the port, they're going to pull out their empty. Oh, you said I could go home? That second, that moment, that's it. They're done.
Nothing could change.
Yeah, that's it. They're just not, like, they're not feeling it anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
the mentality.
We'll do it. We'll still do it.
Yeah, they'll still do it. If it needs to get done, they will still do it. That's why I'm very, like, we're very grateful, very happy. We try to keep them happy so that they're happy with us as well. Yeah, dude, I mean, it's just, I'm in a position where I don't want to say begging, but I'm just constantly pressuring to get more work.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it, then then now the dispatcher or the people providing the work have the upper hand on me, because what's going to happen next time? They're going to tell me, oh, well, remember I gave you 5 loads out of here and you didn't do them. You know what I mean? So then now they have the upper hand on me, and that's just where I'm at. And it is stressful, but it comes with it. Like, we want to grow, we want to get bigger, and it's not going to get easier. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, the relationship with the driver seems decent, right? So,
it's good. Yeah,
it's more than decent.
I think it's more than decent.
It's more than decent. Yeah, we freaking go like 4 or 5 hours on the phone, like conference call.
Yeah.
It's not even a conference call. I never lasted that long with you.
I was about to say that. You saw my look. I was like, oh. Hey, I wonder if he called you guys his gallos too.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, see?
Yeah,
I thought I was your gallo,
Whenever
bro.
sometimes we pull through with something that he needs, my gallos. Yeah, he's got that before.
Well, I guess I've
was
never
doing
caught myself.
like the cockadoodle doo, you know, for him.
That's how he would
Everything.
answer. I'd call him. Yeah. Like,
That was the only.
No, I just say
gallo,
yes,
bro.
boss. Yes, it's done, boss, and that's it.
no.
Man.
No, you're special, bro. Well, no. We have a really. I want to think we have a really good relationship going.
Yeah.
Like we don't.
I do get a little picky, you could say sometimes, but I had my little style, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll still try to make it happen.
You know,
most of the time.
I did want to. I know you're the one that's asking the questions, but I did want to ask you one because I've always been curious about this because, like I said, these guys have only been driving for us for a year, so I don't know what it is to have drivers. We didn't know what it was to have drivers, what they look at, what they what they pay attention to and stuff. And until I had you helping us out of Hidden.
I like that. I remember that nickname.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's what we call it. Hidden. Yeah. And that I started noticing that I don't know if we're the ones that are wrong, or if that's just if that's normal the way you did things. But
Let's get ready.
It used to throw-
I'm gonna write the time here for in case I gotta
Cut it.
erase this.
No. It's just I did want to ask you because maybe it's something that is normal for the trucking industry to do versus how we do things. So, for example, I'll give you an example on what used to throw me off sometimes when you would bill us, right? You would invoice us. You used to do play by play what you did
Yeah.
to equal the rate.
Yeah.
That used to throw us off, and it used to throw off my dad. You know my dad.
Yeah. Why?
And my dad used to get pissed, bro.
Yeah.
I used to fight battles for you.
Oh wow.
So yeah, dude, and because he would think that you were charging for the load, plus the jumping of harbors, or plus the drop and hook, and that you moved the container, and that you did this, and that you did that, and my dad would look at the invoice and be like, "What? What is he charging for?
Yeah.
I can't believe you're paying him all this." I'm like, "Dad, there's
I'm
no
just- yeah.
charge."
I like to justify everything. Like
So
and
here's my
that's
question.
my thing. That's my thing. I don't know how anyone else does it.
Okay.
Me,
See,
I'm really like, so if I ever have to go back and like if we ever have a conflict or whatever, it's like, dude, if you look back at manifest number blah blah blah, there's like fucking 5 moves that I did for free, and now you're tripping over a small chassis.
so okay,
fee.
so you say
It's
you
like-
did for free. You did for free.
Yeah,
But
yeah. There we
so
go.
so
There we go.
so is that supposed to be charged?
It depends.
so
Some
that's
people-
what that's
some
where I
people
didn't
charge
know.
a chassis split, some don't, and
Really?
it depends on the deal. You know, like if with us, the rate was sweet enough that it was like I told you, I wouldn't normally want to do that. You know, but it worked out. So, but I still used to like itemizing things.
So I guess for you, when you would bill someone, turning your manifest, it would just depend on the rate. So it's like, oh, I moved 2 containers to get to my container, so you're gonna freaking les cobrabas algo, or how does that work? Or
I would like to. I don't always write that down.
okay.
At the warehouses, I'll bring it to their attention. Like, hey, there's sometimes you go to these warehouses and they want you to move shit for them. And they don't have bolitas, you know.
Oh, I see.
You're right there doing all the work, and it's like, hey, this customer, I had to move this and this and this. There was a dock open, but they say that's for FedEx or something, you know. And it's like, okay, I feel it adds to get it done, you know. So just make them aware that.
And my dad,
You know how it is. Everyone passes the fee down to someone else. So
Yeah.
You know, if I feel there's stuff I'm so used to that. There's stuff that I don't bill or people don't bill that we're unaware of, but the carriers bill it and we don't even know. They bill like
I remember you telling me
they
that.
bill like
Yeah.
holiday pay. They bill port congestion stuff. You know, because our driver had to go there when it was congested. Like,
And you don't see any.
No,
he was telling me that. Yeah.
the driver's going there like, why are you
For like
you
big
know?
companies, or what?
A lot of companies do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if like they do it where we go.
It goes
but-
into the accessorials part, you know. But
So-
you agree to the rate. That's you, and your 2 hours free that you donate.
Who said,
your
right?
life.
Who said 2 hours are
that's-
free? I'm still trying to figure that out, you know? Yeah.
Well, we could say a different thing. Why don't we do that?
Like what?
I don't know. Something that is reasonable for us. Like, people always come up with things for us, and we just kind of adopt it.
Yeah.
I really want to know 2 hours. Why? Industry standard by someone that's never been in the ports. Like, why are you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got turned. Oh, based on the turn times, like, fuck your turn times. You document the minute I go in and the minute I go out. You don't document when I'm going ITS and the line is over here on Anaheim. And
Yeah, because
Right.
sometimes the line to get in is what takes like 2-3 hours. But once
Yeah.
you're inside, it takes like 30 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny when that Sleepy Joe went on and said that when they got some heat, somehow when it's on public eyes, everything is like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. One example is the Super Bowl. Have you ever seen that fucking park so clean?
What park?
It becomes presentable in
But
the eyes.
anyways, that's something else. But
Yeah, yeah.
We actually worked at that stadium in the dirt.
Mm.
And that's why I hate that stadium.
we'll get to that. Stadium. Stadium.
Yeah.
Stadium topic.
Hate.
hate.
The Rams hate.
But I believe what you said right there, because when that got brought up to the public, I went to K-Line, that exactly what you did. Like 2-3 hours outside, inside 20 minutes, I swear. I think it was when I was like pulling
Hauling
out an
press?
empty.
Or, yeah.
3 fucking hours outside, 20 inside. I'm like, what is up with this shit?
Yeah.
And that's what they report. What are you talking about? Everything's good.
20 minutes. That's all you took.
So,
And it's like, when it comes to that, I mean, just what I do is I send pictures. I send pictures because I feel like that justifies us either not returning or, charging extra or anything like that.
if it's needed.
If it's needed, yeah.
That's
So-
like me doing the manifest, the long ass manifest in case, you know?
Yeah. So going back to that.
Yeah.
Going back to that. So my dad used to get pissed when he would see yours, and you know my dad. He's old school, you know. He's just he's a hard worker. He's always working. You never see that guy take a break, even though he does, but you just never see him breaking, you know.
Yeah.
So
I thought I was a badass till I saw him nonstop. I'm like, damn, I'm not as good as I thought.
no, yeah, dude. He that guy's my dad's something else, dude. He and we clash heads for that reason too. Because we talked about this when we would have our long conversations.
Respectfully, I think he's stuck in a certain time zone along with those rates, you know. So I'm like, I would tell you, like,
when we would have our long conversations, and it's just like it's hard to get him out of it, out of that like I don't want to call it a hole, but like out of that mentality, you know, like how he thinks and stuff. I'll give you an example, dude. We're getting carried away. I know you have your
No, you've answered like one so far. No, I just crossed it out just to seem like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
But I'll get to it. We're good. Go ahead.
And this is a problem. Like I think it's a problem, but my dad, like, he doesn't care. Like, and that's the mentality. That's the old school mentality that they just want to generate money or whatever, right? They just want to keep going, like, because eventually it'll come. But there's an account that he went to the first week of January. He did 5 loads. Wrist side.
If he shows up on Monday with a black eye, you know what happens.
My dad's gonna screw me up. Yeah, no, he didn't. In San Diego, bro, by the San Diego port. I don't even know where that's at, but it's like deeper into downtown of San Diego.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna mention any names or anything like that, but
just the address is cool.
yeah, that's good enough, right?
Nah, go ahead.
He did 5 loads at a good rate. They haven't paid him. And he still wants to go. And I'm just like, so that's where we clash. We fight all the time, dude. If you hear our phone conversations, you wouldn't think he's my dad, and you wouldn't think I'm his son. For the most part, obviously, he's my dad. So I listen to I listen to him yell me, tell me off. You know, it's not nice.
Then it's your turn.
And then it's my turn to tell him, but try with him like boiling inside, trying to tell him that it's not right. That's not how it works, because we're not big like that. Like, I wish we had 100, 200 grand as cash flow, but we don't. Expenses are high. Diesel's high. And we don't have that type of cash flow to be working and eventually get paid. No, we have the cash flow to work and get paid the next week. That's the type of cash flow we have. And it's been 2 months, and we haven't gotten paid for 5 loads. Yeah. And like I said, he wants to keep going. So then where the clash happens is he'll tell me like, oh, hit up that guy, right? Call that guy so he could give us a booking. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Because, you know, I run things. I'm the one with the computer. My wife, she's the one that handles the emails, the e-modal, all that stuff. So I'll tell, like, he wants me to tell her, hey, email that guy so we could get a booking. And I tell my dad, I'm not going to do that. Because he hasn't even paid us. And then he starts yelling like, oh, I don't care. Like, eventually they're going to pay us. And like, I need to generate more. I need to work more. And I'm like, we have enough work. We have plenty. We have 2 accounts local
that
pay us every other week. So, that's where we don't understand each other. And I'm just convinced that he's just stuck on his ways. Like he's stuck on you know how things were done before, and it just doesn't work out that way. And just to give you a little history of us, of Triple G, my dad did this for like 40 years, 35 years.
Yeah.
Tried having drivers, didn't work out. Plenty of times he would buy trucks, just didn't work out. He couldn't manage them, unfortunately, right? He's a very hard worker. But as far as like managing and budgeting and doing all the stuff you need to do to run a business, he's just not that great. So.
But now you're in the picture, and it seems that you're still stuck there.
That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to like go over that hump, you know. And I'm stuck with him. There, but I'm trying to get him out of it. But I feel that so far. With me in the picture and, you know, managing the guys, we're missing one. Shout out Pugs. We're missing Pugs.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, I'm starting to like have an idea of how to manage the guys, keep them happy, keep them motivated, because obviously they could get comfortable, you know, like, oh, like I don't need to do as much, you know what I mean? And and keeping them motivated. And honestly, with getting the guys and buying more trucks and stuff, having me in the picture, I feel has done us good. I'm not taking all the credit, because without them we're nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not taking all the credit or anything like that. But with me in the picture, it's been going pretty swell. Like, it's been going good. He worked for my dad for like the first. Eric worked for my dad for like the first 2 months of his Triple G trucking career, and I could tell that I don't want to say he was gonna quit, but I could tell that he just wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. And
I always say that if it wasn't for like talking to
into the mic,
if it wasn't for like talking to Giancarlo, Giorgio, and Fabian on the phone, if they weren't in the picture, if I had joined them and they weren't there and it was just kind of like me and their dad, I probably would have quit because I used to work.
What's your opinion on what was causing to that? Like, maybe someone out there can get a tip, you know?
And before you keep going, we're not trashing my dad either, you know?
No, he's a hard worker.
That's just, he's a hard worker and everything, and that's all he knows. He works really hard, and he wants everybody to continue to work hard. But I'm more of the, you know, new generation where we work smarter, not necessarily harder, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where we're at, and he just wants to work hard, right? Like hard, nonstop. So go ahead.
Yeah, so when I came in, I had told him, I was like, oh yeah, like I'll work hard. Because I thought
he messed up.
Yeah, I
didn't know how he worked.
I thought working
He's like,
hard.
Phoenix, I'll go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Yeah, so I remember when I told him.
You gotta let him say his side. Of
my bad. It's just he did mess up, dude.
Yeah, I did mess up, and I realized that afterwards, because it's like the way that we work now, I feel is the amount of hard work that I intended to say that I was gonna do. But see, when I started, their dad was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna work hard," like and it was like starting at 6 a.m., finishing up at 10, and then he'd be like, "Oh, I got you work for tomorrow. You gotta be over here at 7 a.m. like at Phoenix. It's 10 p.m.
You still have to get your load out."
Yeah, and like it would be stuff like that. So sometimes like there'd be times where I tell him, I'm like,
it was hard, like on his level, the way he goes hard.
Yeah, the way that he goes hard, like I thought I could keep up, and I did for like 3 days, but I could not keep up after that because it was like Bakersfield. You come back, and then it's like you already have to go to San Diego, and then you come back, and it's like, oh, Bakersfield again, and then you come back, and it's like, oh, I got to load for Phoenix, and I didn't want to say no, you know, because I was like pretty shy to say no. Yeah,
he was new, you know, so it's like kind of feels
he
like
still hadn't met Giancarlo actually.
Yeah,
even I felt weird saying no sometimes.
Yeah.
I would tell him, your dad has a certain way of saying things. I feel intimidated.
But outside of
It
work,
don't sound like it's negotiable. It sounds like
That's
tengo esta para acá. I'm like, that's good.
he kind of tells. He's not like
Asking you?
He's kind of just telling you, you know. So then that was the problem that I was having a lot with him, and like, dude, I was miserable. And then finally, after getting yelled at a few times, you know, I started being pretty much under Giancarlo's control. So now I'm working more efficient. So I feel like I'm working less, but I'm still making more than what I used to. Because, you know, we take into consideration a lot of different factors, and their data is just kind of like, as long as you're in the truck, that means you're working good. But it doesn't matter if you're in the truck for 8 hours and you're making $200.
Yeah.
It's to him that's good, but it's like it's not efficient. But now with Giancarlo, like he runs the show a little bit better.
I try to keep them happy. Like I said, that's my main thing. I don't know, like I said, you probably have the best knowledge. They have some type of experience with like dispatching, but in the dirt, you know, or material, whatever they want to call it, in the doubles. But I don't know how other companies work. I don't know if they just send a text, hey, go here, 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 and that's it. Like, no, you cannot debate. I let these guys argue me, you know? And it's not a bad thing. Like, and I feel for them, like, because I feel the same way too sometimes. You know, like, you know, we've been going to freaking trash pack.
Yeah. You do
3
have a
days
way
in a
of
row.
replying that it sounds like you're being a little smart ass. Like, what do you mean by that? Like,
what was that? I didn't catch your first part. What'd you say?
That the way you reply sometimes, it sounds like the way you read it.
He has some sass.
Huh?
He has some sass.
Right? It's like,
No, but you know what?
I don't know. I don't remember the exact moment, but it's all with love. Okay, relax. It's like what part? I mean, I don't know. Did I not make myself clear? Like what part?
I did say that one.
Like, you know, like,
I did say that one.
No, but you know what's funny?
He must have been going for about 14 hours already.
I wonder how your emails look. As I mentioned, you know,
as previously.
Yeah, that's the nice way of saying like you should have. You know, like. Right? Is that not the right way to be like, as I mentioned earlier? As I mentioned.
To reiterate.
Yeah.
To reiterate, yeah.
But see, when he sends those texts, when you read them like that, you read them with attitude. But when he's typing them, he's like, was I not
Probably
clear?
smiling.
Like,
I know.
Yeah.
no. Not good?
It like, I relate to them because they have kids. And it's funny, it's funny because I feel like other dispatchers or other people that you know, are in charge of their drivers, like I could be wrong. Yeah. I'm not attacking anybody, but
I think they're robots.
Yeah. Like they don't care about that. Like, oh, you have kids? Well, guess what? I have kids too. And what? Right? Like they don't care. So I do. Like I want them to spend you know, time at home and be with their family and stuff and watch their kids grow. So like I said, if 2 days in a row, they're going to trash bag, bro, right? Getting out late. If the third day, these guys tell me like, I'm not feeling it, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I want to go home or whatever, I've let them. Like, fine. Even though there's work, whatever. Like, go ahead. And I feel like that lets them reset. It lets them reset. It lets them come with a better attitude the next day. Yeah. And I mean, bro, like one load, you know, we're not going to get rich off one freaking load that we leave on the table. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's not going to make us like more money, less money. It's just like, it's we're in the same. Like, the more you make, the more you spend, the more expenses there is, there are. So, that's that. Like I said, you guys probably have more experience. Actually, you three more than me with dealing with different kinds of dispatchers. Because for me, it's just always been straightforward. That's all I know, bro. I've
What's
never
on this is like-
pulled out an import. I've never pulled out an import. bro.
I pulled out imports before and I
I
hated
still
it.
haven't. He
I
babies me.
hated it.
Yeah, you get more pressure when you're pulling out imports because they get the heat for the last free day, and especially if it's the last free day and you cancel that, it's the end of the world for you next time.
Oh, I
know
remember
what
you
mean?
did that to me, bro, and you didn't even tell me.
I did.
My dad was pissed, bro.
With what?
I had to go with freaking.
With the one when
at
'cause there was
Merce?
no chassis.
At
Yeah,
Merce,
fuck
remember?
that, like,
Remember? You remember?
yeah.
You and dude, my dad called me pissed, and I'm like, "What are you talking about, my guy? He's my favorite driver. What do you mean?" Yeah, dude, my dad was pissed. He's all like, "Oh, el containero se fue, que
Se rajó.
no dijo nada, nomás se va. ¿Qué es eso?" And I'm like, "Well, what happened? I don't even know." But
Some things don't need explaining. Like
Yeah.
if I know that it was not doable to me, like
I told my dad,
it's
I'm like, "Look,
what am I gonna do? Stay there to prove
He-
I was a good boy?
And you know
to
what?
you?
You did call me. And you know what? That's part of my dad. For him, that's working hard. Even though you're parked at the
Yeah.
freaking trouble window, bro.
Nah, that time they were
They kicked you out. I remember.
doing what they do, you know. So
You were waiting at the chassis pile or whatever, and the security got there and kicked you out. I remember you telling me.
I had already scanned the yard, by the way.
Yeah.
And then like you got the chuchos waiting over there by the empties,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're on them, and then I don't know, man.
Yeah. You're not there anymore.
And at that
you're
time,
happier now.
And at that time, it was getting later, and I'm like, by the time I get over there, like, nah, this is even if I did find one right now, I'm not even feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where-
low key,
where
I
were
was
you
like,
supposed to go?
low key, I was like, I hope I don't find one. You know?
Yeah, that's see me. I think you did call me and you're like, oh, there's no chassis or whatever. So you told me like, what should I do? I was like, dude, just freaking leave. Like, and I understand that kind of stuff because I'm in the same business. I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I know how it is. I know the mentality is probably not there anymore, you know? So I have that in, like I could relate to that kind of stuff. So for me, fine, leave. It's okay. I'm not going to hold you to it. You know, it's not a big deal to me. But you know, you get the old heads. The old heads, you know, the people that they don't understand that, you know? I mean, look, when I first started, I used to pay attention a lot more, right? Not to, now it's more like I know what I'm doing. So I do what I need to do inside the point I leave. I don't even pay attention too much to people. But when I first started, right, my first couple months, first year or whatever, you know, you're paying attention to the piles, you know, you're looking around, oh, okay, this is Echo 6 or okay, that's over there, right? So you're paying attention, you see trucks or whatever. And for my first year, bro, I remember a lot, dude, at TTI. I remember that I used to go, my route's always been San Diego, right? So I used to go get my empty boom, go load up, come back, and the same freaking truck that was there on, where do you get loads at TTI? What is it, like E, right? Or D? Where do you get loads there?
It's a bunch of letters. You never know.
Well, I used to
like
see
Echo
the same
3.
truck there, bro. And I'm like, damn, dude, that's tough. Like, I can't do that. So I'm privileged that it's a privilege that I've never had to pull out an export. I've never done that. So I don't know.
Well, now that you mentioned exports, how does the export process work? And like, what are the steps for that? For doing exports? What's that all about? Yeah, like
Oh, okay. So what we have to do is we have to take out empties, right? So the dispatcher provides us with a booking. I have to check. You're working. I have to check the vessel. See, and this is on things that are new to me, and you knew that these things were new to me. Sometimes I couldn't even get a hold of the freaking like the trouble window or a specific port. No one tells you how
someone
to check
mentioned,
vessel.
that's very important to have the proper contacts.
Yes, and no one tells you where to look. Like, I didn't know. For me, when I used to be given the booking, I used to go into the terminal's website and there's a search bar. Everything has a search bar. Type in the booking. That's what I used to do. That's not how you do it.
No.
You look at the vessel. You have to look at the vessel. That's the only way to see the ERD, which is the earliest receiving date, and the cutoff. That's the only way. I didn't know that, dude. My girl and I, she didn't know anything either. She was doing freaking service calls.
Yeah.
We would sit there on the computer trying to figure out how to find out the start date and the cutoff date of a booking. We would call the terminal, would call freaking numbers that no one would ever answer. It was hard, man. Now I have it down.
Now you got buddies in there or what?
Now
Call
I got
them
homies.
direct?
Yeah, I have direct contacts. You
Yeah.
know, like I need an EDO or I need a release from somewhere else. Like just say, hey, Jen, hit up whatever line, and she's quick. She's good at it
Yeah.
now. So
EDO, earliest receiving, ERD,
ERD is the earliest receiving date.
and the cutoff. Are those three things or is it two?
The EDO is, for example, I don't know what it's abbreviated for, but the EDO is like, say, right now these ports are doing this a lot. I don't know why. Where we ingate export and then they won't give us empty. They're saying they're not releasing those type of empties. So then we have to contact the buyer or the line. If we call dispatch and have dispatch send an email to the buyer, it's just, we lost a day. So I just rather do it myself. And these are things that I'm not even getting paid for. Jen's not getting paid for that. She'll just reach out to, I'll give you an example, one line, ONE, right? Instead of having the dispatcher tell the buyer and then the buyer emailing ONE, Jen just emails them directly. Hey, they didn't give us an empty at TrayPack. So this is the booking. Can you please provide an EDO? They'll reply, okay, go pull out with this EDO, which is another booking at ITS for 10 containers. And
Perhaps it's an equipment delivery order.
then maybe, I don't know what, maybe, you're
What do you
right.
guys
Smart
think?
guy.
I know that makes sense. That makes sense.
EDO? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what it's abbreviated for, but so then we go to ITS, get the empty, and then there we have our empty. But the way the process works is we get our empty, we load up in our accounts, deliver those, ingate those at the port, and then pull out another empty. So we don't work with cranes. We work with top handlers mainly.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is. We ingate export, take out empties, and then just same thing the next day. That's the way it is.
And that's nice because the pile will be a certain spot and everyone gets serviced in that order. But then when it's the imports, I mean, you don't know what the heck is going to happen, you know? Like, you might get skipped and go all the way up and then work its way down when you're in those lines for the load out, you know?
And see, that's
the unpredictability of that is...
I hate not knowing if this is my right line, if I'm making line for the... And I feel like guys that are doing import, like that's their daily life. You know, they don't know what they're lining up for.
Yeah.
Their line could... Their actual spot might be empty, but they can't even go to their actual spot. And then not just that, I remember you telling me one time that I called you. You were doing an import for someone else where you used to park. And your container was like all the way at the bottom. So then they have to move every single like containers and organize them, and then till they finally get to yours. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't ever want to do import.
I could literally be at the end of the line going to that same spot and my can be on top, but it doesn't matter. I still need to wait for all these guys to get serviced, all of their shit to get moved around, and by the time I finally get to my spot, now my shit is buried, and it's like so unfucking productive, you know?
Yeah. And how do you fix that? You know, I don't know.
Isn't that what the appointments are for?
I don't think you want to fix it because it makes money. So now that creates a delay, and that can stays there overnight, and there's some demurrage coming in. What do you think?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it makes sense. It's all, you know.
Why is it like they're unloading the ship, and then you got guys going in their bobtail that got to take a load out because it's last free day, but when they get to the chassis pit, the mulita is taking the chassis because it's for the vessel. And that container is fresh. Like, why don't you stack that and let us use that chassis to get out the old cans? It kind of makes sense, but then what do I know? I'm just
we're
outside trucker.
We're just, outside trucker. We're just drivers.
Yeah. I think a lot of the problems stem around like whose pockets it affects. So it's like,
yeah.
Right, because someone in the previous episode, or episode 19, said it was so simple. Like, we move containers from point A to point B and then back to point A. Like, 1, 2, 3. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But then all this other shit gets involved, But, yeah. So where were we? Oh, yeah, the EDOs, the ERDs.
I'm going to go to the restroom.
Nah, you can't. Once
He said when the door closed.
Yeah. I heard that, but...
I need to go too.
So we're back. We took a quick little break. Where did we leave off?
It was with the exports. That was
Exports.
yeah, but we were done. We were done about that. It was just basically, we pick up empties,
okay.
deliver or in-gate exports, and load up with we do recycle. So that's what we load up with.
Yeah. Okay, so why do they pay cheaper to do exports? From what I hear,
Dude, that's a good question. I don't know. And you're the one that told us that.
Yeah.
I used to think that import and export, like say import to San Diego, the rate that they have, I used to think is the same rate we had. But you're the one that opened up my eyes to that and told me, nah, that's not. They pay more for this. So I don't know. That's a good question. You think it's because of the turnaround time?
could it be that, or could it be? I don't think it's because of the
Oh,
value.
the value?
No, because if that was the case, the people hauling the overweight loads of fucking 500,000 worth of shrimp would be making bank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That is a really good question. I mean, that's something that you know.
I mean, rail is cheaper because of that's the snail mail version of versus over the road. So it trickles down to everyone else, right? So they get less, they pay less. So I don't know. So I thought you would have an idea why.
Yeah, I don't.
It probably is that, huh? For some reason, anything that's good for us, it's convenient for you. So now let me screw you somehow.
And maybe
we
it's-
don't get a break even when it's about like stuff like that, right?
Right.
It seems like you
Well,
have
look.
it easy, so now we're gonna pay you less.
Some purchase orders we get to see, like in the booking,
Yeah.
and I could be wrong, but I mean, when there's like money involved in the or like when there's a dollar sign, X amount of money, I want to assume that that's what they pay for that container, right? It's like 40 grand, like 30, 40 grand. That's what I saw, and we like what we get paid. What is like that's crap, dude? That's, what we get paid out of that. So I don't think it's what's inside necessarily. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't. Or is it maybe that the people that are buying, say you're buying for a furniture? I mean, you're taking something or tires, right?
Yeah.
Or like something like sofas or whatever to San Diego. Maybe the person that's buying that is paying more because they want their merchandise faster. Faster. That's what they think.
But then there would be a lot of variables, but it's kind of like, some exports would be more, some would be, I don't know, man. It's,
Like I know.
I wish I knew.
I wish I knew too. Some maybe like when they're hot loads, they pay more. I don't know, because I know that my dad's done imports to like Phoenix, where like he'll go to the same account and just to throw out a number, say they pay 1,000 for that load, but then he'll come back next week and then they're like, oh, we're paying 1,400 for that load. So I don't know what determines that.
with imports, it's based on how hot it is,
Yeah, see that
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's what has to do like.
But that just opens your eyes to like, wait a minute. So this money's always been on the table.
Yeah, exactly. Why
But-
can't it just be flat that,
Well, you agreed to it, so yeah,
Yeah.
So okay, what's your biggest operation headache?
I mean, isn't it to all of us like the terminal, like the terminals? Like is that like what you're trying to ask?
Yeah,
or?
but in doing exports, is there a certain thing that
Well, I
it's a
mean,
headache? I remember one like the freaking vessel always like, when it's not receiving something,
I
and you're
see, I
stuck
see.
with that shit.
Yeah.
Is that one of the main ones, or
But I mean, that doesn't happen too often.
no?
And then it usually gets fixed. It usually gets extended
Yeah.
or they add.
No, he
It
was
gets
had bad
accepted.
experiences, bro. Yeah, he had bad.
Oh,
he
yeah?
was stay loaded. He was stay loaded.
you
Yeah.
did? Oh man.
But hey, those were inspection loads. We don't
And
do
that was
those
always,
anymore.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
always
I
with
don't
the
know.
Yeah, those
one
we don't do
guy.
those anymore.
Yeah.
I wonder why the inspection loads always had it rough like
I
that.
don't know, dude. I don't know.
They,
That's
they probably didn't get priority or what?
I don't think it was that. I just don't think that the guy that was giving them to us knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So it's he was just sending us the booking and was like, oh yeah, it works. But we show up at the port and it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that again, I was fairly new at this. I didn't really know how to look up the bookings and the vessels and all that stuff. So they would tell me, "Here's the booking, inspection tomorrow for 10 containers." Oh, okay. I would go do it without even. I would go blindly without even checking the vessel and the cutoff and the start date.
I would go blindly too, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So we just go, we pick up, and then we get to the terminal. Oh, guess what? It starts 2 days later. So then we're like, fuck. Now what?
And that happened a lot.
And it's on our own chassis. So now what? Like we got to go make fucking line for chassis. Well, there's like 50 trucks there waiting for a chassis. For me, the biggest headache, I would probably say dispatch, bro. Yeah, for me.
Why don't you get off the truck then? You think you could dedicate
more
time to it?
Not me dispatching. Me getting a hold of them. Like getting a hold of the people that provide the work. That's that to me, that's the biggest headache. Because I'll get these guys, right? My brother, my dad, everybody calls me to see, hey, what else can I do? And they'll ask me, hey, what empty do I get? And I'm like, fuck, I wish I knew. I wish I knew what kind of empty you get. And sometimes it's rough. Like I question sometimes when I'm mad, right? I start getting like, I start getting all mad. And it's like, do these dispatchers think we want to talk to them? Like, do they think that we want to chop it up? Oops. Do they think that we want to chop it up and be on the phone for 30 minutes? We don't. Like, we just want to know what to do. If you have nothing, tell me you have nothing. And that's it. I'll stop bothering you.
So these dispatchers, what do you mean? Like dispatchers, like,
well,
because you have your company and your dispatch team.
Right.
So what dispatchers are you talking about? The ones that give you these bookings?
Right. So then what would they be considered?
I don't know.
To me, they are the actual dispatcher because they can tell him what to do, me what to do, and that's it. But what do? They want their job to be easy, right? So then they just tell me they tell me what to do. So then I have to pass the message. So to me, that's the hard. I guess that's the most annoying thing. That's what frustrates me the most. That
can't get a hold of someone.
Can't get a hold of. Yep. So then I have to tell them to just stand by. I'm sorry, dude. Just stand by for like 2, and then they're there 2 hours later. Oh, do you have something for me already? It's not yet. I'm trying. And so they're pressuring me. They don't know they're pressuring me, or I'm sure they probably.
Oh, I know. I'm pressuring you sometimes.
But
we know now. It's just one.
Yeah, but like, they're not. They just want to keep it going. Like, okay, am I gonna go home or am I gonna keep going? And I don't have that answer right away sometimes. And it's a good time, right? It's 10 a.m., 11 a.m. It's a good time to go home and spend the rest of the day with your family and stuff. And then I'm here taking that away from them because I don't have an answer from the dispatch. So I guess for me, for them it might be different, but for me that's the most pain in the ass. Like that's that I cannot get it. Like I can't get an answer for them.
Or you go home because I live nearby. I could go home and then like an hour later. If you want to, this happened. I'm like, yeah, I guess I do. I don't want to, but I have to. Not because you said, but because it just makes sense. Like, why would I, that
not do it or whatever?
Next day,
yeah.
I would hate that. I was in home mode, like you guys say.
Yeah. And I tell him.
What do you call it? You call it something else.
Lazy mode.
Lazy mode. There you go.
Yeah,
lazy
mode.
Because
like
autopilot. He says he's on autopilot.
Yeah, I go into autopilot.
Once
it's a long day, I go into autopilot. So it's like your mind is completely free and your hands are doing the work.
I don't think you want to hear a trucker say that.
I'm 100% all the time. I drive. I pay attention. No, honestly.
But do you wear a safety vest?
Yeah. I do. No, but there's like times where it's like he tells us, he's like, oh, you could go home right now, or you could go over here and do this. And I tell him, don't give me the option, because I'll go home every time. I will go home. And then there's times where he says like something similar, but it's like I tell him, or say he tells me to go home. There's nothing. And then I'm like, all right, I'm on my way home. He's like, oh, there's this if you want to do it. And I tell him, I've already gone into lazy mode. Like you already told me that I could go home. I'm not going to go back from this.
And it's okay. I don't make them. All right. That's fine. Sometimes. Like for me, I pass it on.
Yeah. And I went into your fired mode. How about that?
No. I understand when like they're already going home because it's happened to me, Yeah. And sometimes we do sacrifice it, bro. Like we do go home and then we're like, okay, well we have to come back in the nighttime because there was no appointments. Oh yeah. Dude, honestly, now that I bring that up, probably appointments is a pain in the ass right now with the terminals, dude.
Yeah.
Getting the appointments is just tough sometimes, dude. And then, but that
does not make sense, man. Go ahead.
It has like a domino effect, right? So I can't get a hold of the damn of the dispatcher. I can't get a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally do, they give me the booking like at 2 p.m. Oh, and it's for tomorrow. Dude, everyone and their mama have their bookings since the morning. So what happens? They reserve appointments, right? Ghost appointments. That's what we call them. Ghost appointments with fake container numbers.
Hey, keep.
Oh yeah,
keep that on the deal.
Keep it down. Those are the tricks. No, I'm pretty sure everybody does it, bro. So I reserve appointments for the next day, so be ready to have a good day. 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Those are the good appointments that we want. Guess what? They don't have appointments till 6 p.m. So how are we supposed to work like that? And then so she finally tells me at 2 p.m. Here's your booking for tomorrow, right? Boom. I need you to double up. But then I go in, boom, 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 type in the booking, try to reserve appointments. There's none till 6 p.m. So then what do I do? It's not easy. Like those are little roadblocks that make it harder for us to keep it rolling,
And when they don't close at the proper time. One time I got to Yang Ming and it was like 1:55 or something and the gates were closed.
What? I didn't know that happens.
ITS does that. I had a driver, Pugs. Shout out Pugs again. He went to ITS the other day. He sent me a picture. It was 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Cones were there. He couldn't get an empty.
I see 1 a.m.
Yeah, so I don't know what. And they're open 24 hours, right? Right?
Oh yeah. Are
right.
they?
Yeah, they are, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, Joe Biden. No, they're not, bro.
No.
No, they're not. They're not open 24 hours ever. So, but they are to like the higher ups. They are
the hoots.
Yeah,
The hood.
The hoots shit.
yeah, the
Yeah.
hoot shift. They're not.
I think they brought it back recently, but I don't know.
They're not. So I guess for me, but let's see what they say. What's your guys' pain? I want to hear this.
What, our biggest pain?
Pain in the ass, yeah.
The terminal, yeah, all the bad traffic
Yeah.
at the terminal.
The
Other
bad
than
traffic
that,
on the terminal.
Yeah, because
it's something
it's-
bad. I have no complaints.
I guess for them, it's a
long
little
hours.
different, bro. They're just just driving. So
yeah, it's just driving. I really have no complaints. The long hours.
But then when you think about the hours, it's like in total we do like 8 or 9 hours of driving. The rest of the time is at the terminal.
Yeah.
And then the appointments, same thing. Because when was it, Thursday? We were having pretty good days, I think. Well, I ended up having.
Yeah.
So
So
I was having a pretty good day,
Favoritism exposed.
Nah, it's just what happens.
they would
at the
they would
port.
argue that Fabian is a favorite.
I'm
Yeah, he is
definitely
the favorite.
100.
Oh no, he's not even the
100%
favorite.
I'm
He's
the favorite.
baby. He's the baby. Anyone
Everyone
could be
feels sorry
having,
for him, huh?
Yeah, anyone could be having a
I
bad
mean-
day, and it's like, all right, cool. You're having a bad day, but once he starts having a bad day, like we hit him up like, hey,
Everybody has to
you
have a bad
good?
day.
You good?
Are you okay?
Like, are you okay?
You need help?
Yeah.
If I'm having a bad day, everybody
It's like
has to have a
everyone
bad day.
don't show that you're having a good day around Fabian. He doesn't like that. Like we got to make sure he's good. Everyone's calling him like, "Hey, you good?"
Fabian had a sleeper added to his truck.
There
Yeah,
you go.
definitely. That's how
There
bad.
you
That's
go.
how much.
That's how much he
That's
is
how much I'm baby.
favorited.
Do you even get to sleep in that?
All
fucking
the time.
sleeper?
No,
All
no.
the time, bro.
Oh, dude, no,
After
he
they added my
uses the
bed,
sleeper most. Yeah.
This guy
I'm hustled after the bed. It's all
added
I
the
needed.
bed and he became a new man. Yeah, he
I needed that,
he
yeah.
sleeps in his truck pretty often, to be honest.
Any chance he gets, pretty much.
Yeah, he likes it. But honestly, dude, like it's so small. How big was your sleeper?
Like that, like
36?
coffin sleeper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
People didn't even know there was a sleper there. It trips me out.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a sleep in there.
Oh,
You're
man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah, he had a sleeper in
Yeah,
there.
come in.
I knew because of the homeless guy.
Oh, your story with the homeless guy.
Yeah, dude.
You got it.
Yeah.
I parked on BCH and right there by the McDonald's
Yeah, yeah.
on the side right there, and I pull up and there's some guy sleeping in there. He's like, oh. I'm like, bro, you gotta get out of here, bro.
I don't know how I would have handled that, dude.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Get through.
He's like, yeah, I guess I do have to get out of here.
He's like, I'm sorry. And nothing. He didn't take nothing. He just wanted to sleep there. He
That's
didn't take
crazy.
Nothing. Nothing was. Like if he, what do you call it?
Went through things
Yeah,
or
he
whatever.
didn't go through nothing. He was just sleeping.
How did you feel about that?
On a sick one. Like he had that glittery face. Like he was just sweating out all the meth. From,
Oh man.
So I threw.
He was
all
probably
the-
just cold. He was cuddling in there, you know.
No, he tripped me out when he said that he was passing by and then the truck called his name and he just had to get inside it. And then he's leaving. He's like, it's a cool truck though, you know. Like, I'm like, all right.
That's funny.
Nah, but his sleeper is pretty small, but he does get a lot of use out of it.
Yeah. It's cozy. Feels like it's cozy in there.
Yeah, it does the job. Like mine, I slept perfectly fine in it. You know, like, and when it's time to use the bucket.
Oh yeah, he's a bucket user like this guy.
Nah,
this guy's a bucket
I
user
went.
too.
See, I had the bucket, but it was kind of uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
So I went the next level and got a camping toilet that folds.
Oh,
He has
Took
two.
it
He
away.
has two buckets. He puts yours over his head and then he sits on it.
oh man. And then
Nah, I
he
always
says-
tell him, dude. It's you know, with the bucket, at least you know it's clean. You know, you put a trash bag, it's always clean. But if you go into a porta potty, some of them are messes.
What do you do with your bags?
That's a good question.
Tell him.
You know, if I
Are you the one blessing the 20-foot chassis behind the glad hands?
what's the next question? Nah, I throw them away at SC Fuels.
All right, allegedly. These are the views of the guests. These are their
Dude.
stories.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of like fertilizer. So, you know, I'm providing.
We will move on. Oh man!
Next
There's
question.
You see why I could
But
talk with
sir-
them for like 4 hours at a time?
But sir, there's nothing.
Dude,
but,
we
but,
brought
sir,
joy
there's
and
nothing
laughter.
but concrete at the terminals. What
Yeah.
are you fertilizing, sir? Man,
Dude,
there's
I
nothing-
remember I got caught taking a piss
Yeah.
at the terminal.
You're like, whoa, what?
No, dude, by a clerk. Well, I wasn't taking it anymore. I was done. And
What
Also-
gave you off? The wet fingertips? Or-
no, dude, he pulled up to see what I needed. I was waiting for my empty. So I was with a bare chassis. And you know how my truck,
Yeah.
I have the gap between my truck.
Yeah.
So I was facing the containers. No one can see me. I was facing the containers. So I was on the passenger side facing the containers, whipped it out, took a piss, bro. And there was a puddle. A puddle, yeah.
Foamy puddle.
So I was on my phone and I was
Yeah.
leaning on my truck. But it startled me, bro, when the clerk showed up. It startled me, and I was like, "Oh crap!" So I turned around, and he peeked under my truck. He's like, "What were you doing?" And I was like, "Washing my hands." And I was like, "But wait, I did that earlier. I didn't do that like right now." I was like, so I went to the other side. I got my my jabon out and the water, and I was like, "Look,
Yeah,
see?"
right. Yeah.
So, but he looked at me. He's all like, "It's disgusting. We walk there." And I was like,
No, you don't.
I just looked at him like, it was just a piss, but I didn't say anything, right? Because I didn't admit to it. I was like, dude, I just took a piss. Chill, like, I mean, he's like, there's plenty of restrooms all around the port, and but it's just, it goes back down to like, he's right? He was right. There is plenty of restrooms around the port that we could go to, but if we leave our spot, we gotta go to back of the line. It's like, we're in a rush. We get paid by the load and stuff like that. So that was my little story of the time that I got caught. Because I guess you could get kicked out for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
See, we came from the dirt, so that was like normal. Like anywhere you go, it's just like you
Whip
like,
it out.
Yeah, you just whip it out and you start taking a piss. So when I first came to the ports, like at the entrances, like at that time we were going to Maersk, so it's like you're there making line and just casual, just walk over to my chassis, same thing, take a piss. Didn't think anything of it until he told me that. See, I didn't know that we could get kicked out for that. And after that, I was like,
everybody does. Everybody's walking to the port, even if they don't have that gap that this guy has. They pull it out. Yeah, and there's some guys Peter gazing.
All right, moving on, bro. Moving on. Moving on. Host.
Oh yeah. Who else has a crazy story from the ports?
crazy as in how?
You guys, when you were new in there, what you got any?
Getting lost. I mean.
Oh, dude.
yeah.
At APO, they've crashed into me twice.
Oh, yeah.
First, it was a top handler.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a top handler doing mulitas on the left. There was someone parked on the right. So I was trying to do the right thing. I was parked, making sure that the top handler had space. And once he was going to go in, I was going to move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just chilling, texting.
Oh, texting and driving, huh?
No, I'm just there waiting for him to go. I was parked. And all of a sudden, like, I feel this big-ass crash from behind me. And I was like, what the fuck? And I see it's a top handler. So, like, after that guy moved, I went to the next block over. I pulled in just to try to talk to that top handler to be like, hey, like, I'm good, but are you good?
Mm-hmm.
I was checking up on him. So I told him that. I was like, hey, like everything's good here. Like, are you good? And he starts yelling at me, saying I got in his way. And I was like, I wasn't in your way. Like, I couldn't move. I have it recorded. And he was like, nah, you were in my way. So after that, I was like, all right, I'm going to be a Karen. So there's this clerk right there. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to go check the back of the chassis. If everything's cool, then I'm good. But if there's the slightest damage, I'm going to make a big deal about this because he didn't talk to me with respect, and he tried saying it was my fault when I was trying to be cool with him. But there was no damage. So I was like, all right, whatever, I left.
Mm-hmm.
The second time,
it
was, all right, so you got your line for whatever spot this was, but my spot was ahead of theirs. So we were lining up to their side, and this mulita comes, and he had a bomb cart?
Yeah.
So, they like stick out. And he smacked the hell out of my container. So I like went flying forward. And I grabbed my steering wheel. I was like this on my steering wheel, and I was like, oh shit. They smacked me so hard that the other drivers came out to try to like check on me, and I was like, nah, like I'm fine. But the only thing I was worried about was like same thing, like the chassis of the container.
Mm-hmm.
And the Molita driver just looks at me, he's just like and I was just like I was there like on my steering wheel like this, and I was looking at him, and he's just like, and I don't even know, dude.
What does that mean? Good job or?
I don't know. Like I don't know. And like afterwards, I was kind of like honestly, he hit me hard enough where like I did get some sort of like body ache, but I was like, maybe it's just the long hours or something.
What are we supposed to do in those situations?
Yeah,
what do you think? Because according from what I've heard, they always have the right. Like we cannot beat them.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. But so see, in both situations, I was stopped.
So then what? But should you be stopped there?
That's
what like I don't know. I don't know what happens in those situations where like we get hit. Mm-hmm. That's why bro, you'll never see me freaking lunging my truck at someone. I just stay in my lane, dude. As much as I'm pissed when I'm lagging at a lane that's not moving or whatever, I don't move. What
kind of truck do you have? Tell them.
Yeah,
I have
Big Barney.
I have a 389
purple
2016 389
Big Barney
flat top.
A humble 389.
That thing's nice.
What's your Twitter? Your Instagram?
I don't have one for
truck.
No, I don't have one for Triple G. I have a TikTok for Triple G, but I don't have I don't have an Instagram for Triple G.
We'll put that out there. What's the name of that?
Triple G Trucking.
I see all one letter. All no underscores.
Nah,
it's abbreviated because someone had it already.
What on TikTok?
On TikTok, yeah. It's Triple G
King
TRKNG
King.
Huh?
I always read it as King.
No, it's Triple G TR.
I was like, my bad.
That's my. I'm not too TikTok-y yet. But I'm trying to post things on our trucks and how things are going.
Yeah, because like little by little, like it's kind of cool watching that it's like they started the way that they did, and then now it's like the trucks that we have. They're barely working on mine though, barely.
Yeah, mine has stacks and nights. And
mm-hmm.
So what's the vision then for Triple G with that operation and?
We want to grow, bro.
Yeah,
we want to grow. We want to.
You feel there's a process, like you can't grow too fast, or?
Yeah, like right now, I'm comfortable where we are.
Mm-hmm.
We have 6 trucks, but the challenge is not getting the trucks. You know this.
We have 7.
What's the challenge? You know what the challenge is? Getting the drivers.
We have 7 trucks.
7? No, we have 6. Oh, yours? 7. We have 7, but one's parked. One we don't have a driver. So the driver. That's
That's for you
up?
right there.
What's
Yeah,
up?
I agree.
Yeah, you wanna
I agree. It's parked.
you wanna drive? You wanna drive a
No,
nice
I can't
little-
drive.
Nah, but that one-
I got a DUI, so I
Oh
can't.
damn.
That one's been a mess, though. That truck's been a
I'm
mess.
out of the game for a little bit.
All right, we'll be waiting.
Yeah.
But
No, but
I love me some exports, man. That's my favorite.
Yeah, you used to tell me all the
taking
time.
out of
My
import?
favorite
Exports
container
is
hauling.
what we do.
Oh,
Yeah, so see, since I've done both, like, I didn't do imports for too long, but I hated imports, dude. I hated it so much. And, like, exports, it's a bit easier, you know. You could kind of gauge your days better compared to doing imports. Where it's like, the crane handlers, it's like, you're up to their mercy. Sometimes
Yeah,
you don't
then-
see them move.
Then their
They're not
shifts
moving.
are shorter, so I think when the other guy comes back, he doesn't know who was there first. He just starts wherever he wants. Sometimes the guy comes and he just, I want to start way up there. And you're like, yes, at least when they come back, I'll get serviced.
Yeah.
Going away.
Yeah.
No, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
No, but I guess the vision for me is like what I've told these guys is I don't think I'll ever stop working. But I want to have kind of like, dude, honestly, kind of like what you have here, like a place where it's our office. I want to be at the office. I want to be dispatching, getting work for the guys, appointments, checking vessels.
So that answers this. You do want to get off the truck sometime then.
Oh yeah, no. See, I don't think I'll ever stop driving, bro. I don't think I'll.
He
But,
likes-
He
but
likes,
say-
the, he
but
likes
see,
the
like-
idea. Well, from what he explains it, he likes the idea of it, but when the time comes, like
I don't think I'll ever stop.
Can you separate
bro.
yourself?
I want to
detach yourself
train.
from
I honestly want this to stay family, right? These guys know that they're a big part of what we're doing, and later on, say I don't know. You never would know what the future holds for us. Right now, we have 7 trucks, but we never know if we get 50, 40, 100. I don't know. And these guys, like I said, they're the foundation of it. So if these guys could work less and be in an office and dispatch and get work and get more work and get more work and whatever, I'm cool with that. If they're cool with that, you know? And that's what I want to do. I want to keep it between us
And then you stay in touch because then you know
and
what's up.
yeah,
out there.
and family as well. And I want to train my girl to be like the head of it. So I don't have to be doing it because I don't think I'll ever stop driving. Well, I mean, obviously when I'm older, I am. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna retire eventually. But for me, I love it, dude. I love my truck. I love the feeling of having a clean truck, driving down the freeway, hammering down. I love that. Like
I love that part. I just hate
the terminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know. But it's just always I look forward. Dude, like I take a day or two off throughout the week if I ever have to because of my truck being broken down or not broken down. It's usually just maintenance stuff, but I miss it, dude. Like I'm driving, like say I drive to Costco or I drive somewhere and I see a truck and it's clean.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I wish I had mine right now, you know, like, like, so I don't think I'll ever stop, or at least not anytime soon. But like, say, for example, right now, my goal, my mission is to always do two loads, el doblete. You know about the doblete. You would always call me, hey, dude, do I have a doblete today or whatever?
Doblete.
Yeah, we
double
always
up.
Yeah, we're always trying to do the double because that's how we make money. Eventually, maybe for some time, not for a long time, but just while I train or maybe like get it together, like so I know what the heck I'm doing all the time. Maybe for some time, just do one. You know, just do one. Come to the office. You know, get to an office where there's a computer, there's a desk, and everything like that. Right now, we're working from home. You know, we have a freaking laptop, and that's it. That's all we do. So, I have my game room though. I play my games and stuff.
Yeah.
But I eventually want that to be the future for Triple G for sure, because I want to take care of my parents. That's my main thing. My dad's gonna retire soon, and I want him to be
I don't think he wants to.
He is.
Yeah.
He wants. He's already kind of like setting up his stuff over there in Mexico. He wants to retire out there, but
Oh.
but he's only expecting Social Security. He doesn't have a pension. He doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
So Social Security.
A lot of us don't, and we gotta look into that.
Yeah,
So,
so-
that when we reach that age,
Yeah. So I want to take care of him. How much can he make off Social Security? What, like $1,000 a month? I mean, maybe that's okay or good enough for Mexico. but-
Yeah, in Mexico, I was
maybe
gonna
that'll
say,
be
yeah.
okay for him out there, but I still want him to be good because he deserves it for sure. And that's my goal. And my mom, I don't think she'll follow him because I have my kids now, so she loves them. She'll die for them. So I don't think she'll leave them, my kids, her grandkids. So she'll stay with us. So I want to be able to support her. You know, I want to be able to support her and provide the same lifestyle my dad's been able to provide for her. So that's the ultimate goal. I do want to continue to grow. I want to get more work. But it's also, dude, it's just hard, man. It's hard to keep it pushing when people don't pay you. You know, what we talked about early in the podcast is, you know, it's been months. It's already been 2 months that we haven't gotten paid from an account. So we also have to see the quality of work and who we're pulling for to really make that happen. You know, grow.
How does it work out? Like working with like family and stuff.
Well, family, it's just my dad and my brother. These guys, I mean, they're really
like with your girl with the dispatching, right? Like, does it cause more arguments or not?
Yeah, for sure. I think she would say that I'm mean. You know, she would say that I put a lot of pressure on her.
How you get those texts?
Is he mean?
Yeah. No.
Look, as far as hard, it's working with my dad.
Yeah,
working with my dad is hard. Working with my wife, she's good. I mean, honestly, no complaints. Yeah, I don't have any complaints.
She comes through
sometimes.
She needs to.
See, for her, the hardest thing for her, she doesn't understand our terminology. You know, like, she doesn't understand what ERD means. She doesn't understand what import means. At first, now she's good. Now she's better at it. But she doesn't understand cutoff, start date. She doesn't understand, you know, just basically our terminology, like what the terms we used, ingating. You know, she's like, what does ingate mean?
But
I'm
when
like,
she
that's
gets it, that's it. You're good.
Yeah.
You know?
So she's like, what does ingating mean? I'm like, oh my God. It's when you deliver a load, you know, like
when you go
inside the terminal. So so stuff like that. For me, with like the main arguments or discussions or things that where we clash heads is with her is when I send her a text and I tell her, I give her instructions, and to me they're pretty clear.
Was I not clear?
Yeah. to me they're clear.
Hey, no, but sometimes like he says something and see, like, I'm the kind where it's like I respond like with exactly what you said to make sure I got it.
Oh yeah, he does the same thing.
You know,
this guy does the same thing.
He would
just be like, I just want to confirm.
Yeah.
No, so
well, texting's a trip because you know, like some of the most
misinterpret things, huh?
Depressed and miserable people use that LMAO emoji, and I know that when they put the LOL, their face probably looks like this.
I don't use those. No. I use ha ha ha.
Yeah, I use ha 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 too.
I don't use LOL, LMAO, nothing like that.
I use.
Because I was your rooster. You put a rooster there.
I was your rooster, bro.
No, yeah. So for us, it's those things that, like, it gets me frustrated when I'm getting So finally, the dispatch decides to respond, and I'm getting these instructions. So I have to relay the message to her, like, hey, check the vessel here, make appointments here, and also don't forget to add the seal, so it could be auto. So I'll tell her all this, and she'll call me. It's like, I already know. Okay, what didn't you understand? She's like, oh, it's because you told me this, but you forgot to add what port. And I'm like, you've been doing this for a year. It's on the paper. It tells you on the paper where the freaking appointment is to.
Oh, the papers we send?
So then it becomes I don't like the way you talk to me. It's like, oh my God. So here we go.
Hey, you gotta be nice to her.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I tell her, you're on the clock. I can talk to you however the hell I want. So, I mean, but it's fun, bro. Honestly,
do you own a comfy couch?
I do, actually. I do.
Yeah, he does.
My
he
couch
really
is pretty
does.
comfy,
Yeah.
dude.
But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? You're not gonna hire some outsider at first. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You know, it comes down to like
rinde más la feria, así
no one
in the family,
and no one's gonna take care of your stuff more than you.
Yeah.
You know, so Triple G's my baby, man. Triple G's my baby. I'm trying to take care of it, and Jen's doing a really good job. She's yeah. I think those are the type of arguments we have and stuff. But as far as clashing heads like gacho, my dad, dude. It's just we don't see eye to eye all the time when it comes to work. Don't get me wrong. As far as like family, like when we're doing a barbecue and stuff, we're good.
Outside of work, I love that.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's our guy. But
Yeah,
he
like
was
outside of
really-
work,
I
like
hear
my
him.
dad and I, he loves my kids. You know, we get along. Sometimes when we're in the table, you're having a couple of drinks, and we start talking about work. Okay, you know, get ready because set your walls because we're about to get down right here. But when it comes,
Pone ese bebida down y vete por una vacía.
yeah.
Basically.
So it like when it comes to work with my dad, it's the toughest, bro. Like
Yeah.
he you know, the way, you know, you don't appreciate the way he well, I don't appreciate the way he talks to me sometimes, and, you know, curses me out and me la raya gacho all the time and stuff. But then it's weird, dude, because he leaves me fucking heated, you know, I'm pissed off. But then he comes over for barbecue, so it's like, fuck. So what do? It's like I'm playing, like my
But if he's
emotions
not
are being played with, you
if
know?
he's not sweating it, then you're like, why should I? Because
No,
maybe
kind
that's
of.
just how he is. Like,
He's separating work with family.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But,
said-
but see,
business
he'll
and
yell
pleasure.
at them, and like 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
he'll call them
Oh, yeah,
back,
yeah.
and he'll be calling them like
Jan,
they have-
Jan, ¿dónde
Yeah.
estás, Jan? All happy and shit. It's like, dude, you just fucking told me off right now, bro. Like, what?
Yeah.
You know?
See, one time I was on a conference call with him and Giorgio, and then Giorgio was like, "Oh, my dad's calling me. Hold on, let me add him to see what he wants." And like when it was like a pause, and then they added me to the conversation, and their dad's just going off on them, both of them, and then like cursing at them. Like every time I've heard their dad talk, like he talks pretty like calm to me, you know. But that day I was like, this is just listening to all this, and then
It's like, I've never heard him talk like that.
yeah. And then he hangs up on them, right? And then like 2 minutes later, I'm getting called, and I'm like, oh, hold on, I'm gonna put you guys on hold. Your dad's calling me, and I was like, shit, he's gonna fucking yell at me for something, you know? So I answer.
¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, pretty much. I answer. He's like, hey, Eric, ¿dónde estás? ¿Cómo andas? ¿Cómo
Upbeat,
andas?
you know,
¿Dónde
upbeat.
estás? Always like that, you know? And then I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm over here. And then he's like, oh, it's because I just wanted to see if the empty you could pull out, you could pull it out for me, and we could switch. And now,
With a mission like that.
Yeah,
The
he's
missions.
dude. He
I
loves.
I
those.
think
He loves those,
Containeros had to
man.
do that for him too, huh? A
Yeah,
couple times. Yeah.
I learned,
Sácame una vacía,
I
sácame
learned to
una-
say no. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, at first
him a
that,
while,
that
too.
that's
He would
kind
tell
of
me.
that's kind of a thing he has when it comes to drivers. It's like, does he want a driver or an assistant?
That would drive me crazy, to be honest. And I get it. I get it. It's a volume. You're moving it. Because we busted a lot of missions. Like,
Yeah.
and at the end, I got paid for it all. So, but
see, he loves that.
At first, I was like, oh shit. For example, it's like 1:15. Oh, go over here and you can still do another one. And I was like, are you sure? You think I can? And we made it happen. You know. I pull up right before the ITS closes. He's freaking bobtailing out, and I give him the load, so he goes in, and then I just bounce. You know, like we did some kind of swap like that to where we made it work.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
He was in there stuck, and by the time I got there, he indicated to that one that I took, and I.
So you could keep it rolling.
Yeah,
so you could
yeah.
So some of his ideas, some of his stuff, it comes through. It does.
Yeah.
But he thinks that every time needs to be like
Oh,
that.
he's super optimistic. Super optimistic.
Yeah, he thinks
Yeah, I
it.
noticed that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could all use a little bit of that. Shit.
Yeah. I think
Imagine
so.
how many loads or how many trips you miss out on because you think you might get stuck. Should you just avoid it altogether? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But see, sometimes his optimism goes a little too much.
To where you almost quit.
Nah, but it's just like I remember one time it was 3:00, and he was like, "Oh, this load goes to Bakersfield," and I was like, "It's 3:00."
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, I gotta go to San Diego tomorrow. Like, Giancarlo says I gotta do a double tomorrow, and then he's like, "Oh, but it's Bakersfield. What do you mean? It's 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and you're
You
good."
can sleep 2 hours.
You'll be 2 hours and you're good.
Yeah.
You have a
he
bed,
told,
don't
so
you?
3:00 to go to Bakersfield. So he said he straight up told me, he's like, and it's not like you're gonna get back at 12. I was leaving Bakersfield at like 10:00, and I had to be in San Diego the next day. So I was like,
Hating life the way back.
And that's how he works, so that's
dude,
how he
and,
works.
and
I
I
hate
still
it when you do that and then you're mad at yourself the whole way back.
yeah the whole back
Why am I
the whole
fuck-
way back
I'm
I
an
was like,
idiot.
I shouldn't have done this. I said I didn't want to do it, but I
I
did
need
it.
to speak up for myself more.
I gotta learn how to say no.
I'm a man. I'm an adult.
Yeah, and I still had to come here to Sepulveda, and I forgot what street, but right here off the 110, to drop off the empty, and then go to, I believe.
Oh, one of those yards that are in the boonies. Not
Ye-
boonies, but it's like
It's like on
It's a
support.
mission.
Yeah.
It's not right off the freeway, right?
Yeah,
it's
but
that one. Yeah.
It's,
And then it's fucking buried when you go back.
And then you tell me, and then it's funny because Luis would hit me up. He would hit me up and he'd be like, "Have you ever been to this yard?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't do that shit."
He knows, yeah. He's like, he does, yeah. Like,
and it was like,
fuck?
dude, I'm dropping off this empty like at 12:30 at night. I'm
Life's
dropping
not
it
fair.
off.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it was just always
I'd just be
that.
like, "Fucking loser."
No,
I'm not
yeah.
doing that
I was like,
shit.
have you ever been there? No, hit up some other loser that's been there.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I
dude,
sold
like,
your
Eric.
pin from that chassis.
but see, their dad would have me all over the place, and it would just get frustrating. So I used to call him and be like, Fabian.
What did you get me into? Because I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, there was like a few times where it was kind of like, man, like how much more of this can I take? But then I was just like looking at the checks and seeing that it's like, for me, coming from the dirt.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
dude.
get back
Yeah, we're
into
gonna
that.
get into
that.
We'll get back
Yeah.
into that. But for me, the checks were good, so I toughed it out. And I toughed it out long enough to where Giancarlo basically took control of me and has just kept me consistent. Because it's like, I'm the kind of, it's like, even if it's long, I just want it to be consistent. Like, I want to know what I'm doing. And their dad just
and he came
wings
to the
it.
ports. He wants to
Dude.
know what's gonna happen.
No, but like I want to know that it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
this is what you're doing. Then afterwards, this. But their dad is like, there'd be times where it's 12,
Oh yeah,
On
you
the
have
fly.
your-
It's
yeah,
on the
yeah,
fly,
it's on
yeah.
the fly. You have your schedule set.
Yeah.
You're already assuming
routine,
you're gonna,
you know?
Yeah.
But their dad, it's like, I
Now you
think
gotta
I'm
go a
going
quick little
home.
detour.
Yeah.
And then
I think I'm going home, but suddenly I gotta pick up this load that goes to Phoenix, and it's 5:00 in the afternoon, and I have to be in Phoenix at 7 a.m. And I'm like, but I just finished a whole shift, you know. But I would do it, so it was pretty stressful for a bit. But then, like I said, once I went with him, like I've been chilling.
same thing happens in life, no? Like when you do certain things you're not okay with, it's only a matter of time before you fucking break down and shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
learn to
Yeah.
say no, man. Dude.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
now we
true.
tell him no. Well, now we tell him no.
Now they just don't answer his phone calls.
If it's, and we know, it's because it's disappointing.
Yeah, sometimes we know.
It's you know how I told you earlier in the podcast that it's 7. I mean, I'm sorry, it's Friday and it's like 10, 11 and they know that they could go home or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my dad will call them like at 1. They know not to answer.
Yeah.
On a Friday? Oh, hell no, they don't answer.
We'll be on the.
He ain't calling to wish you a happy
I know.
weekend. Yeah, enjoy your
We'll
weekend.
be on a 4-way call, and Eric, he's calling me. I'm not gonna answer. He calls me. I'm not gonna answer.
And then he
Oh,
calls
my
me,
dad.
"Where are the guys?" I'm like, "Oh, they're gone." ¿Cómo que ya se fueron tan temprano?
And then they'll go back and forth. They'll call
Yeah.
me.
But it's because,
They
see,
call me.
like Monday through Thursday, we try to work like the hours sometimes get like really long. So we work as much as we can. We try not to complain about it, you know. So that way we earn that little Friday, that short day, you know. Usually we're home by like 11, 12. And
Oh, yeah.
Those are
AM,
nice
yeah.
hours. Today, like yesterday, 12,
Yeah.
right? I got my 12.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
these fuckers.
Oh.
They got off early.
No, but
they
we-
got off early. So
Hey,
they
Yeah,
got home.
that's-
They got home like at 10, 11.
Nah, I got home
right?
at 11.
And they were all
11:30.
happy and shit.
AM.
no,
AM, yeah, in the morning. In the morning.
Yesterday?
AM.
Yeah, I was there at Merce till like fucking 3.
What time
So-
did you get there?
I got there like 30 minutes after you.
Oh shit, that's right. Huh?
I was the third one. You guys were the first and second, and I was the third one.
But
So,
never
dude,
mind.
it's just a matter of luck. And then I text them, "Oh yeah, since you guys aren't stuck, it doesn't fucking matter, right? But I'm stuck here, and oh,
That's how you
I
were.
was,
I
I was
asked how you
taking a
were.
nap. I saw the phone. I saw that. And I was like,
it only matters when the drivers are struggling. But when
yeah,
I'm struggling, it don't matter.
You know, because as the boss,
That's kind of
See,
how it
it's
is,
because-
unfortunately.
You don't have to go on Friday if you don't want to.
Huh?
You don't have to go on Friday if you
Go
don't
where?
want to. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I have to, dude. I
Nah,
do
but you
like
see, the boss is the one that's willing to take that extra risk, right? To make sure that the drivers are good.
What would you sorry to
No, let's
jump
go.
the gun. What would you change at the ports if you could?
Whenever they take forever to take the containers off, there'll be
Yeah.
the clerks that'll come by and they'll say, "Sorry, today we're understaffed."
Okay.
So maybe that to
Get
keep,
more
keep
people
it,
out there.
Get more
yeah,
people out there,
keep
bro.
it
That's
moving,
what.
keep it flow- keep
That's
the
the
flow
number one
going.
thing I would do. I think. Why can't I could be wrong. I don't know because see I don't. You have more knowledge than me.
Even
as
I
far,
feel like there's so much to learn, bro. Like
I could be misinformed or not informed at all. But is it hard? You know, it's a good conversation we have to have with like the higher ups. But is it hard to have like a top hander in every aisle?
It's expensive. It's not hard.
Well, see, but
See what I mean?
but the thing is that like, so they rather have congestion.
Well, they blame the truck drivers. They blame
Well,
the
now
trucks and
that
trucks.
there's a lot of scenarios, like if you get more equipment in there, more people, then it might seem more unsafe. There's more traffic. But if it's congestion, it's controlled congestion.
I guess
Slow and steady. And
to
it's
me
safe.
to me
I don't know.
to me definitely like more people. I feel like the relationship between us and the workers in there, between truck drivers and the workers in there, that's the main thing that needs to improve, in my opinion. I don't know. I can't, like, I think I view them as people, like they're just trying to do their job. But I don't think we're viewed that same way. And maybe it's my colega's fault, Maybe it is. I don't know, but
I do feel like we don't sometimes get seen like less because we're not organized.
Yeah,
It's like you get that 'cause you deserve
union.
that. So this is why I could treat you like this because you guys don't stand up
But
for
we
each
do.
other anyways. So
But we do organized how? We do what they ask us to.
no, organized as in amongst ourselves, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
brotherhood wise, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys are not united.
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
not union.
Yeah.
We're not
Like,
like
dude,
one employee. It's everybody has.
let me tell you a little experience on a woman. It was a girl clerk over there at Maersk a couple of weeks ago. So you know how Maersk APM terminal, there, like, sometimes most of the time the empty line is super long, and sometimes we have to get flipped at the right next to it. Like, say Charlie is where the empties are, and on Delta is where we have to get flipped. And I was making line how I'm supposed to, how you make line there. You're and in the road that I was going to, there's like a center divider where a truck fits, and then the line formed behind me. So I was in the corner spot, and so we couldn't make line behind the guy on the spot. Make sense? So I was a second guy. It wasn't the corner spot. It was like 2 spots ahead. But anyways,
I'm lost anyways, but I get the. Do you guys follow?
Yeah.
no,
So
you don't follow?
You want to draw?
No.
You wanna
I
chop
guess it
a
doesn't.
piece
I
of
guess it
chunk?
doesn't really.
But
just-
you're gonna
My
make
story.
a point.
Yeah, my story.
regardless.
Yeah. So I guess it doesn't really matter.
I was waiting for the start.
Yeah, so my point is this. Look, so long story short, I was making line there for about an hour and a half, and a guy that which I'm sure happens with imports as well. There was a gap between one truck and the other, right? So say there's a gap between one truck and the other where my truck didn't fit because my truck's longer. So a guy with a shorter truck tried to squeeze in there. So he was cutting the line that was super long already
Because
behind
he
me.
fit.
Because he didn't even fit.
Oh.
He was like blocking the street or whatever. Clerk gets there, right, to service us finally after an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I honked at the guy too. When he was cutting us, I honked at him. I stuck my hands out and I'm like, what are you doing? You know that I'm going there too. Everybody else is going there. We're not chuchos like you that tried to freaking squeeze in and now you're blocking the street. So clerk gets there and it wants to service a container. It was a 20-footer on the opposite side. So there's 2 trucks. There's 2 lines, right? So exports or loads are on this side, empties are on this side, and it was just one 20-footer that she wanted to flip on this side, so then she could move on to us on the opposite side. So the top handler had space. So she flipped them, but she told the guy that was blocking the street to go around. So in my opinion, or what I thought or what I assumed was, oh, good. She told that fool he's not supposed to be there. He's blocking the street to go to the back of the line. That's what I've been told that. So I was like, maybe she told him that, right? So the machine turns around, flips the guy in my spot, and then I make the turn. And when I make the turn, here comes the clerk. Babe, honking, dude. Blowing her shit at me. And I just looked at her, and I'm like, I was like, what's going on? And that's my spot. She's all like, why are you cutting the guy behind you? And I'm like, I'm not cutting. So remember, there was 2 trucks. So I was going in the spot ahead, the guy behind me. And I'm like, he's going to that spot behind me. I don't go to that spot. I go to that spot where you're
Oh,
flipping.
yeah, one of those that wants to clear it before.
I don't know. She's all like, well, you're cutting the guy behind you. I'm like, that guy's not going there. Anyways, she kicked me out, bro. She kicked me out of the line. She made me go all the way to the back of the line. So luckily my brother that he's not here now. Right.
Shout
now,
out to Jojo.
Shout out to Jojo. Yeah. He was like, so I was the second to get flipped. He was probably like the fifth. So I just did the dude, let me cut. Like, let me get in front of you. And for a second there, I just wanted to explain myself to her. I just wanted to tell her, look, the guy that you turned around, he cut everyone. I'm in the spot that I'm supposed to be. You're flipping this role right now. Like, just get my load taken off and I leave. I get out of your way. She's like, no, like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. You cut the guy that was here, whatever. So then that's when I was like, what the hell? Okay, so anyways, I left, bro. I'm not going to sit there and argue. I don't want to cause congestion. I don't want security to be called. So, all right, whatever. And I knew my brother was behind, so I was like, whatever. I'll go around. I'll get in front of him. She looked for me, bro. She looked for me. The clerk, she looked for me. She came. And she's all like, I was rude to you. She told me I was rude to you. I yelled at you and I shouldn't have. It's just that you cut the guy behind. You cut the guy that I turned around. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me that you made me come around because you're servicing the guy that cut everyone? So do you get it? So the guy that was blocking the street in the beginning, that cut me, that tried to squeeze in, she was gonna service him because he was there already when she got there. But I'm like, no, that guy cut everyone. So you made me, that's doing the right thing, come to the back of the line for the guy that did the wrong thing. And she's like, well, no one told me. And I'm like, I honked.
You didn't allow us.
I was like, I honked and I was trying to explain that to you.
Before you didn't want to argue with me.
And then she's like, oh, well, I'm sorry or whatever. So it made me like, so you know what she did? She got me out of the line and she serviced me and my brother. Because I told her, look, it's okay. My brother's there. I'll get in front of him. You don't have to move anything around for me or anything. I'm fine. Like, I guess I was the better person or the bigger person in the situation. So like, it's fine. Service, like, I'll just get in line and you service everybody. And she's like, no. Follow me. So she made me go around, go to the spot. The machine flipped me and she told me, tell your brother to follow you. I told him and he followed me. So then my brother ended up cutting the line. So long story short, so what I took from it is, if we had a better relationship with the workers in there, things would just be so much smoother, so much better, you know? And they're not, dude. Like, it's always like a freaking argument battle that you're having with them.
It's like an ego, huh? Like,
yeah,
I gotta win this argument, and if I lose the argument, you still lose because I'm gonna ban you or you get kicked out.
Yeah. So it's just to me, it's just I think if going back to your question, like what can be improved or done better at the port, it's just that, dude, the relationship that we have with the workers in there, man. To be honest, in my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Because I remember at Total, there was this one time I was like at Z1 and there was my stack. The next stack over was they were going to do mulitas. And I was the only truck there. And a clerk comes and tells me, she's like, oh, which one's your stack? So I told her, oh, it's this one right here. She's like, well, we got to work the one over. And I was like, oh, it's okay. Like, you know, I told her, I don't want to be in your guys' way, so I'll move. And she was like, no. I'll tell the top handler to give you yours, and then he can work on the mulitas. And I was surprised. I was like, damn, like, she's really going to do that. And he did. So
that
he
makes our day when we get hooked up like that.
Yeah, because it's like we're so used to, like, nah, you got to move. But when she did that, like, I was like, thank you, you know? And,
so it's like, why can't it always be like that?
Yeah, because there's other times, same situation, and they're like, nah, you got to move. Go wait over there. And I'm just like, if you want me out of the way, just flip me real quick.
I think because we do it to ourselves, too, because even though you do it right, there's other guys that don't do it right. So now it's like...
That's the hard part, you know? That's... How do you find the balance with that? Like, with people that are doing things wrong, you know?
In everything. You see it in everything. Even, like, maybe law enforcement, like, sometimes... They gotta be like that because people will step all over you if you too nice or
yeah.
But maybe that's not the best example. But
no, it makes sense though.
What about you?
What about me? My experience?
Oh, they love him at the ports.
What would you change at the ports?
What would I change? Just that. I think that was the first thing I mentioned. More employees. They're understaffed.
Yeah,
is when the clerks come up to you and they tell you, we're understaffed, we can't help you right now, we gotta wait. And other than that, I mean, the relationship with clerks, like he mentioned, would be better if they were better. But
It's,
better staff.
Relationship wise, then, huh? Communication.
For
the
me-
way we
Communication, yeah,
respect,
definitely.
the way
For
we
me,
treat
yeah,
each other.
just with, like, I don't mind if I have to wait, but just, you know, let's,
to know that that's what you deserve. Like, not deserve, but like if it's the right way.
if it's the right way,
Yeah.
then that's what it has.
But
that's
waiting because of someone's ego or like
Yeah,
and
that's where there's
that's
a-
what pisses me off when I know I didn't do wrong. That's like the horrible. That'll
Yeah.
fuck up my whole day.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. So it like, and you know, bro, dude, like
When they're doing it with,
when they're doing it on purpose, bro, you just know, dude, you just know, and that irks me, man. I don't know why do I have, like, is it your job to punish me? Why are you punishing me? What like, you know, I don't know if you're religious or not, but God is there for that, you know, like, you know, he'll punish you in whatever way he wants, you know, but why do you feel like with the right to punish me for something that I probably didn't even do? Like, so probably someone got you mad 30 minutes ago and now you're freaking letting it out on me. Like, I don't know. Like,
Or we gotta like learn to leave stuff at home as well. Some people come to work and they
pissed
bring all that
off.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, like
Or-
I've
or
seen,
the opposite, too.
I've
Go
seen
home.
where like they finally start like servicing whatever if we're empties or we're loads, and say 2 trucks in front of me. The guy doesn't understand the honk. You know, he doesn't understand that 3 is reverse, 2 is forward, 1 is stop. So he's just like struggling. And the top handler, I'm just watching him and I'm like, oh man, this guy's getting pissed. And sure enough, he gets pissed and he just leaves. He just leaves. And it's like, dude, like that's your job. That's what you're here for. Like, and he just leaves. And sometimes I'm watching him. He just pulls over somewhere on the aisle, or he goes and services someone else. Or he's just texting.
They go to the shade, start texting.
Yeah. And I'm just like, dude, like I'm sorry, like that this guy, like, you know,
That's
got you
when-
mad, but that's your job.
That's
It's like,
when you're mad that you have own chassis because you wouldn't want to unhook right there. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck this.
no, yeah. But it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just like sometimes like in that situation, it's like no matter how mad we get, we still got to go in there and like do the job. But it's like their union, they get paid good, they have good benefits. It's like you would think that like they're used to this, you know, that they know that they're going to deal with that occasionally. So it's just like, just ignore it and just like, you know, keep working. Like, cause we deal with traffic all day. We don't like it, but we still have to keep going.
I wonder if we could do some type of I don't know what we would call it, kind of like a monthly meeting with them, and be like, this is how we feel. This is how we, not like a couples counseling, but
boxing match.
You get the idea, like
To
This
express
is-
yourself, yeah.
this hurt my feelings.
When we first started was I think that month when I first started working here was when that truck driver pulled a gun out on the clerk at Mersk.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. People lose their cool, man. And what happens with that is that it only takes a couple seconds, and you know, fucked up for a long time. You know, you
Ruined
gotta
his
be
whole
a
career for
master
that.
of your emotions, because otherwise you're just ¿cómo se dice? With no direction. Anything will
Out of
trigger
control.
you. Yeah.
These cookies are fire, bro.
They are, huh? I just tried this flavor today. Bring them over here. All right, we're back. We took another break. I've been drinking water, and I also had some cookies. Cookie break. But now that we're back, what would you be doing if you were not trucking? What do you see yourselves doing? Who wants to go first?
That's a hard question. Before I started,
Forgot.
these
Like I
guys,
said, bro.
these guys make fun of me. So my story is,
Jesus Christ.
I was working at Miller Coors. In
Where?
Irwindale?
The beer place.
Miller Coors
Okay.
in Irwindale. So I was it's attempt to hire. I had been doing it for about like 5 years. I think I did it for 2 years straight, and then I skipped 1 year to get my license. You know, try not to put all my eggs in one basket. And then,
But he put them all in Miller's.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
every
Almost
year.
Every
Oh,
year,
I
I was
can't go.
trying to. It was,
I
they
can't go.
paid
Like, I'm sorry,
from what I was getting told. They made like 30 something, 34 an hour plus benefits, and it was a union. So some of the guys would brag about making like 150 a year with benefits.
They used to raffle off a house.
They have discounts on a lot of stuff. And
I don't think the
I'm
boss
not gonna do
believes it.
I'm not gonna raffle a fucking house.
The union.
That's what he's saying.
You're throwing hits. You're throwing hits.
The union used to raffle off a house once every like year or two. I know because Lizette's one of her aunts. She lives in one of those houses that was won on the raffle from the union.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was trying to get into, but eventually they closed down. They weren't hiring me, and then he was telling me I wanted to be a trucker. I wanted that to be my like how would you call it, my safety net.
Get it, bro. Get it. I know you want.
That's what I was telling you. I was gonna take it to you. Yeah, that was it. Other than that, no, I don't know. I think I even dabbled in trying to be a cop because my sister was a sheriff and my brother was trying to be a sheriff, and I have friends cops, and I was thinking about that, like strongly considering it if I didn't become a truck driver. But
Imagine having to put your hands on Fabian.
Yeah,
I mean, your life on Fabian's hands.
It's just enforcing isn't my thing. Like I can't tell someone to do whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna be I know I'm gonna be a cop and like, bro, I don't have any money. Like, fuck yeah, I get it. Go for a ticket.
You see the criminal, please don't run. I don't feel chasing your ass today.
Oh my God, man. Wait, let me charge my fucking taser. I forgot it. I didn't plug it in today. It's at 5%.
So why didn't you do that after all? Why not?
It's just because of that. Like I didn't. Athletically, I think I could do it, but it's just being an enforcer. Just being an enforcer. Yeah. I just can't. I don't think I can. I don't think I have it in me to tell people what to do.
And just so you know, the whole time you've been turning your back to the people.
I'm sorry.
Just a heads up.
I know this guy's pretty awkward.
Yeah, I am awkward. That's my thing.
Me too, bro.
That is my thing. Yeah. I can't. Like
on
I'm
his
friendly,
way over
but
here,
I'm
he was
awkward.
shaking. He was shaking.
You fucking normal people.
Yeah, I know. Fucking
Weirdos, huh? No, me.
I love me.
Me. I don't think I ever saw myself being anything other than a truck driver.
He's being humble. He was supposed to go pro soccer.
Oh yeah, soccer.
That's
Soccer
just
player.
Mexico national.
A ver.
Yeah.
No.
We're playing the soccer team right now.
What's because he's asking? He's asking if
what you would be doing if you were
I've
trucking.
done if I was in trucking. So.
Yeah, you'd be pro soccer
No,
nationals.
That's not true.
His brother
Mexico?
too. They're a family of athletes.
Damn.
No, I was a banker at the bank. I hated that shit.
No.
Another cog in the wheel.
Yeah, and then I was an insurance
Let the
agent.
boss speak, guys. Let the boss do his thing.
An insurance agent. They hated that shit too. And for me, it was just always being a truck driver. Dude, my dad's done it for like fucking 40 plus years. So I always liked it.
You guys had parents in the trucking, or
My mom.
the first
Oh
truckers?
yes, that's right.
My mom was a truck driver.
Oh, okay.
She's had her license for like 18 years at this point.
Huh.
But see, she stopped working because she did the dirt with me for a bit too.
Oh shit, we gotta get to the dirt. I keep
Yeah.
fucking we'll get over these real quick.
Screw the dirt.
But I
dude.
noticed that like your dad, me with my dad, like that's a key factor, and like it's very likely if your dad is that, you end up doing that.
Doing
something.
that.
But he would take you on the trips.
Yeah, dude.
How
I
young?
love that shit. He used to let me back it up and shit. You know, I loved it. Those were like my favorite times.
Mm-hmm.
My brother too, Giorgio, the one that that has his truck as well. The one that funny because the one that doesn't really care for trucking is my youngest, and he never got to do that with my dad. Like my dad never took him or anything like that. I have a younger brother.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have an interest to truck drive. And I tell him I'm like, dude, this is our family business. You want your fair share? Get your freaking license. If you don't get your license, you're not gonna benefit from. If this thing blows up for us, right? It becomes a big thing. You're not like what? What are you contributing?
Well,
What?
what's your girl contributing? She just not driving, so he could probably help in another way.
Well, yeah, I guess. I guess.
He's a man. This is toxic masculinity.
Yeah. You either drive or you don't do anything.
Yeah.
Why you gotta challenge me like that, bro?
It's my job, bro.
Now, I've told them that eventually, once they get big, I'm gonna be in the office, but I still want to get paid the same amount.
You don't fuck yourself.
Yeah.
What if by then you're making more, bro?
Then
He
I'll
said
make
the
more.
same, huh? He
Yeah.
said
I'll
the
make
same.
more.
So.
No, I'll make more.
We're gonna be recruiting.
11:42 a.m. Saturday, February 26th.
He
He
said.
agreed to.
Nah, because I would like to be like, I told him, I was like, I'll be ruthless. I'll be a
That's
ruthless
what you
manager.
told his dad, bro. Look what happened. You need to learn from that.
Nah, but it's just like to eventually just be like in an office, like say
Yeah.
how he was saying.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be doing that.
Yeah.
Doing a podcast.
Yeah, doing podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Triple G Podcast.
Hi, I will be your host. What's in our cup, you say? We cannot say. But let's see. Next question.
It's coffee.
Have you shit in a bucket? We didn't ask that, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
because
yeah,
his
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, he has too. He just doesn't want to say.
I did it once.
I've popped squats.
I did it once.
You pooped in a bucket?
Oh, yeah.
No, he
'Cause
puts
that's
in a
total.
bag.
In a bag?
Yeah, because I don't. In my
In
trash
total?
can.
They have restrooms
Yeah,
in total.
No, but I was in.
The
It
can
just couldn't-
comes
could
first,
not,
bro.
Could not be done. I'm telling you, I wasn't gonna look at my trash. It could not. And I was like, I told him, I was like, Eric, I'm doing what you're doing right now.
Nah,
I'm
but
doing
it's funny.
what you do all the time right
You
now.
guys are that cool, huh?
Yeah,
Even when you gotta take a shit, you gotta call each other.
Nah, but
We're best friends, I'm telling you.
it's funny because I used to tell him all the time, like, dude, I gotta take a piss. And he'd be like, dude, just get a water bottle. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
I do it all the
And
time.
then, like,
I do it all
the
time.
first time I ever used a water bottle, which was here, you know, because again, in the dirt, anywhere, just pull over. There you go. But he's got shit to
I
say
got
about the
some
dirt
shit.
too. You
I
know,
got some shit.
See,
I don't-
he used
like,
to
I don't
drive for
give a
me.
fuck. I don't give a fuck.
He owned the
honestly.
truck, and then he left it for Miller, and then I bought the truck while he was at Miller, and then he came back, and I bought another truck, so he was my driver.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, it was a mess. But anyways,
And then he got you in here.
yeah,
Isn't that funny how it works?
yeah,
That's crazy, yeah.
I take him. Yeah,
You
he's,
never
he's
know,
my
you
guy.
never
He's my
know.
guy.
yeah. We've been
No,
taking each
Even,
other-
even if he didn't do that for me, I would.
Even when I bought
rock
the
with
truck, I told
He's
him,
my
I was
guy.
like, they're offering me this truck. I don't care for it, but I'll buy it if you want to come and drive over here. I was like, I'll pay you the max that I could pay you, which is 30%. And that's 30% of like the take home at the end of the day. I was like, I'll pay you the max. I don't care because I wasn't expecting you. He was like, all right. And then we did that for like a year together before he brought me over here. But we'll get to that. Yeah, he was all scared and like coming
I
over
definitely.
here.
Yeah, I was nervous. I get nervous.
Now
Like,
Because I'm awkward.
Last one. How do you feel about the chassis issue?
I actually don't understand anything. about
Hashtag
this.
blessed.
No?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Hey,
I
hey,
just
hey,
all I was
hey.
gonna say was I have no idea about the
It-
chassis crisis because we have our own chassis.
Honestly, like he's only ever done exports. So
Yeah.
it's all his
I-
own chassis.
Yeah.
And
I've gotten one maybe. Oh no. The only times I've gotten own chassis is when their dad or somebody else has a container on an old chassis, so I take it in with an old chassis and then I just leave it there.
No,
But-
Harbor-
Port-
you mean
Harbor
Port
chassis.
I mean, our port chassis, yeah. But other than that, I've never had to deal with any of that.
yeah, I've had to get port chassis like a few times, but luckily every
I
time
don't
that
even know what it's called.
except for one time, it was a easy process for me.
Yeah, I've always told them, bro, that they've never known the struggle. I've
Yeah, because I was the ugly duckling at first.
no, me too, bro.
I had to go get him with
I've
the
been doing
old-
this
with
for
the Ford
years.
chassis.
We didn't have one. We didn't
When I
have
joined the
one chassis.
team, when I
Yeah.
started hauling with you guys, I had
Then
to
you
go-
got Mad Max.
Yeah. Then I got
Then
Mad Max.
Mad Max was
Mad
it's
Max.
still there, bro.
No,
And
Mad Max.
luckily to a homie from the port, shout out to you. I can't say who you are, but he came through with those pins, man. I had that pin. I pull it out, it looked like a weapon. You know, I had a wire through it.
Oh,
Put it on, put the wire.
It worked though.
One of you guys complain? Where's the pin? Because you confiscated it.
Dude, we lost one. One got lost. Yeah,
See what I mean? It would never get lost on my watch.
I know.
You lost one what? A pin?
A pin for the,
The one that
for
you
the
were
Mad
driving.
Max.
The one
Max.
you're driving, right?
But see,
No,
they
no, not that one.
they just don't go fix it.
Hmm?
They just need to fix it. That's it.
I know, but it's hard to get those pins. It is.
It's a piece
Nobody
of
has
metal.
them.
It's a piece
Yeah.
of metal.
Zip ties.
Just go to Home Depot, get a piece of metal.
It would have been repaired maybe with a simple weld, but that's enough dirt on chassis.
Yeah.
All right, spill the beans on the dirt world. Let's go.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
He has so much resentment pent up.
Yeah, honestly, it's just like, all right, so it depends on what you're asking. Like, are you comparing the two?
Okay, let's see. How do you feel about it in comparison to the income?
So right now I'm a driver. Back then, I was what they call a puller. So it's like you own the truck, but not the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Erico. I want to hear.
Again, I own 2 trucks. Just the trucks, not the trailers. And that's when he used to drive for me. Let me drink some coffee I got.
But to put it in perspective, these trucks are like 16,000. Not like fucking 100.
Oh, dude. Honestly, that's kind of what makes it sound even more sad. I bought the first truck for $16,000. I had it for 2 years. And at the end of the 2 years, I barely paid it off. $16,000. The second truck, I bought it for, I believe, actually the same, just about $16,000. I had it for a year. At the end of the year, I owed $16,000 on it. Like, there's no money. And he was my driver, right? So I own 2 trucks. He was just my driver. At the end of the year, he had more money than me. He actually had to lend me money.
Oh, yeah.
He lent
10
me
grand, like almost, no, like 9 grand at the end.
like in total. At the very end, like when I first moved over here, I told him, I was like, see,
This guy eats ass and he's worried about fucking cookies on a table.
No, I don't. I'll eat ass off of this table too. If you want.
But wait, so the income, I'm like thinking, you guys are distracting me with cookies and eating ass. But yeah, as a driver, just doing the ports, dude, I'm making more money than owning 2 trucks. Like it makes no sense. They just abuse you on the price so much. And I remember when we were working the Ram Stadium, the SoFi Stadium. Originally, they were paying us for 4 trips. They were paying us like, I don't know, like I think it was like $880 a day doing 4 trips. And then that's when the pandemic hit. So traffic died down. They told us, oh, take advantage. Traffic is low. Do an extra trip. Now you can take advantage of it. We're like, all right. So I remember thinking like, oh, now we're doing 5 trips. So we're making $1,100 a day. Like, damn, this is good. And so we're happy for like half a week. Mm-hmm. And they lowered the price,
like
dude.
3 days. It was like 3 days.
Yeah,
like
they lowered the price. They lowered it. So now doing 5 trips, we're making like 900 or something. Or no, we're making like 840. So we're making $40 less.
And 1 extra trip.
1 extra trip. And we tell them, like, why? And then they're saying, oh, it's because traffic has died down. You know, it's a lot easier. But the diesel was still the same price. So we'd be doing that extra trip. And then they'd lower the price again. So now we'd have to do another trip. So we were making 2 extra trips, making less money than we were originally doing 4 trips. See, they would abuse you in like ways like that where it's kind of like, what can you do about it, you know? And like with them, it's like being a driver, it makes no sense that I'm making more money as owning 2 trucks in the dirt. You know, it makes no sense to me. And like I said, he was my driver and he was making more money than me at the end of the day. But it's just like compared to the port, it's like the dirt was like the bottom of the barrel, the lowest of the low. That's what you meet in dirt. But that's different from material. Because material work, it's kind of like, that's when you go to the plants, they give you like sand, gravel, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, they're a little bit more reserved. You know, they don't want to mess up your stuff. You don't want to mess up their stuff. But as far as like construction goes, like taking dirt out of like construction sites, we tell them, we at the end of it, we were leaving because they were loading us heavy. Every day we were hauling 85,000 pounds at least.
It was a fact.
It was what?
It was a fact. No, they would load us really heavy. We would get to the plant where we would deliver, and they would have a
On
scale.
the mic.
They would have a scale.
84,000 pounds at least.
89.
89.
Fucking ridiculous. So at the end, I already knew I was gonna leave because I already told him he had his truck. So me and my excuse to not go to work was, it's too heavy.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna do one. I'm gonna do 1 load. If it's heavy, I'm going home. And he'd be like, no, wait, just try it again. No, dude.
But see,
fucking doing this every
I
week.
was
We're
his boss
doing
at the
this-
time, and I would tell him like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Just if they load you too heavy, go home.
Our dispatcher, he was like a fucking kiss ass or something. I don't know what the fuck he would, why he would benefit from having us stay. But he would tell us, no, just do one more. If it's messes, if they load you heavy again, then maybe leave. But we would get there is an air window.
Some of them had skills.
Yeah, one of them for sure.
Yeah.
One of them had skills, and
United.
we'd go in there 89,000. So we would try to take a picture, but the picture for some reason it was LED, so we had to record it. So if you take a picture, it would be flashing. So LED flashes, so it doesn't.
But see, we would tell the loaders there'd be in the dirt. It was so, I don't want to say ghetto, but it was so like trashy, to the point where you tell the loaders, hey, the last one's like 10,000 pounds over. If you load me again, we're gonna have a problem. And then they would tell you like, shut up, just take it. So there we would be there like, all right, taking our seatbelts off. They're like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I guess we had to fight. Like you don't want to listen to you, so I'm gonna have to try to beat your ass. If you beat my ass, oh well. But like you're loading me like shit. You know, it was like that. It was like you'd have to threaten some of these people in order for them to load you. But it's like honestly, like some of those guys, like some of like the flagmen that would help you like get out, they were cool. But it was just like, dude, the excavator guys, like they just wouldn't listen. And it was kind of like, imagine you're getting loaded, say, at Escondido, and they load you over and you tell the forklift driver, like, hey, I'm kind of over.
Hidden.
And imagine he tells you, nah, screw you, like, take it like that.
It's because, well, we didn't have to cross.
We didn't have to cross scales, but it's just like,
so
DOT.
it's either you get caught, which I've gotten stopped before, because we were in a City of Hope. They were doing one of the parking lots, and most of the dirt was rocks. So I'm pretty sure I was weighing like 95.
Oh yeah, he was way over.
Fuck. And so the dirt was hanging over the doubles. I got stopped because some of the dirt was flying out, and there's a cop behind me. So I mean, you could have called like a DOT or something, like one of those loncheras, and he just said, "Hey, you're spreading, you're throwing dirt out. Just cover it." So he gave me a ticket for that. But yeah, if he would have called someone, I would have been like fucking 95,000. Crazy shit.
Yeah,
it felt disgusting.
It was.
I couldn't move.
If you ever think rates are bad, near the end we were picking up from 7th and Alameda in downtown LA, dumping not exactly in Lake Elsinore, but there was another lake east of it. I forget the name, but it's on top of a hill. $270 from downtown LA to that top of the hill.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, $270.
What the fuck?
And see, I was paying him 30%, so $270 each load was going to him. But every time we went, it was just like they would just pay us less and less. I remember we were going from La Cienega off the 10, La Cienega and Jefferson, to Ontario Vineyard, and at first they were paying it at $300, and then they started paying it like at $280 or $290 or something like that. They really mess you up on the rates, and they're beating up your trucks. Like it was terrible.
You know what's funny? When I left, our boss, he was he told this guy like, oh, he's gonna come back because at the ports, they only pay for export. All he knew was exports. You go in for loads.
Imports.
Oh,
yeah,
imports.
you're
Imports. Sorry,
Yeah.
imports. So all he knew was imports. So you go in, you wait in this long ass line, right?
Yeah.
You wait to get a load out, and then it's gonna be terrible pay. You're gonna hate it, long hours. Which I mean, the hours are long, but it's the opposite. So
yeah, he told me, he was like, I didn't even take him off the insurance because he will be back.
I think he's still expecting us to come back, but he's losing all his fucking drivers. He's shit.
For me, I guess I wanted them to talk about that because the difference in pay, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy, and it's like
even makes rail look good, you know.
These guys. This guy tells me sometimes that he used to go from like downtown LA to like freaking Paris or Lake Elsinore.
Not
Well, Paris is close to that.
It is
that one dump. Yeah.
To like Paris, and like after like expenses and everything, he would take home like $80.
Dude,
and it's like, what?
Why would you hire me?
Like, and you're an owner operator, and he's like, yeah. Fuck.
I think
That's
it was
crazy.
the year of 2020. That's when I had both trucks for the full year. My 1099 came out to, I want to say, $58,000 for 2 trucks.
Can I feed you? Can I feed you?
He is awkward.
I was watching the other podcast where the guy was telling you that we had to go to the staging line.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sleep in day cabs, cross pieces of wood across both benches, show up there at 9 p.m. because the start time was 7 a.m. And because sometimes they'd have 50 to 100 trucks. Mm-hmm. And we would do that just to try to be the first, but then they'd fuck you over. It's like, oh, you're going too fast. You could do this in 15 minutes less. All right, we're gonna take off like $30 from the trip because you're doing it too fast.
Ridiculous. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a mess, dude.
How do they come up with the pay structure? Like, it's not even by the weight; it's by the trip.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you have a good day, then you're not allowed to have a good day, pretty much.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You had a good day?
Fuck no.
We had a good day.
They get paid that full amount, and then from there, they pay us a certain amount. But see, if we do it faster, they cut our pay, but they're already paid for that full rate. Kind of like what you said earlier. It's like, oh, you were able to pay this from the beginning, but the faster we do it, the more they cut our pay. And then that's just how they used to work, and it was kind of like it every month to myself. I'd only have like $1,500 at the end of the month. At the next month, same thing, only $1,500 at the end of the month. If I had an expense on the truck, lower, and that's when I had to start borrowing money from him because he was a driver. So, like, he didn't have those expenses, and like I would feel like shit, dude. Like I had 2 kids, I had my girlfriend, I was trying to provide. But see, I think that's why like the issues with the port for us aren't as bad as we would see them as a first-time driver. I remember there was one time too when I had messaged you back when I was still in the dirt. It was when the pandemic started. I messaged you asking you if they're lowering your rates, and you said like, yeah, that they are. And I was just kind of like, oh shit, like it's happening everywhere. Yeah, I messaged you a long time ago, dude. This is before I even came into the ports. And then but yeah, eventually I came over here, and I was kind of like, the money is like consistent enough to the point where like all those like drawbacks, like it doesn't really matter as much, I guess.
Based on where you came from.
The dirt, I would never recommend it to anyone. Material is different, but the dirt, they grab like, I had 1 day on my license when they got me. One day.
Too. Me too. That was the first year. They do some sketchy shit.
Do what they gotta do, huh? Yeah.
But my very first day, no experience, right? I wrecked their truck.
Yeah,
they're like we could.
They give
fire
them a
you.
nice Peterbilt.
Yeah, we could fire you, but we're not going to. And now thinking past, retrospect, yeah, of course you're not, because I'm fucking willing to work for your piece of shit, fucking pay and everything. So they're not gonna fire. They're not gonna.
I think I started off working at $18 an hour.
Me too. No, we both started the same. Yeah, 18
But see,
hours
I
an
didn't know that the business standard in dirt was 25%, which is roughly around $24 an hour or something like that.
Oh, so for drivers.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, like they
we couldn't do anything else. I mean, we'd have no experience. We wanted. I was supposed to. The only reason I got my license is to go work with him. And actually, by the time I could go with him, I didn't want to, because I knew how much he worked. I wasn't ready for that, and I wasn't ready to give up my freedom, my life. I have no life now. Which is fine. I have my weekends.
Which is fine, Giancarlo. He said
I
it's
have my
fine.
Friday.
Giancarlo, he says
we don't
fine.
see eye to eye, bro, in this conversation.
No, it's not true.
Let me ask you this. Let's shift it back over here. Let me ask you this.
I'm gonna be a mediator now.
Yeah.
No. I'm asking you.
I like this.
I'm gonna ask you, bro. So, to you, you notice how they're purple, like my truck? Gotta match it. So we have this debate. It's a debate, okay? We have this debate.
Let's see what the viewers think about this in the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go back into the comments and see what they think about this.
Because you think you're right.
No, I don't think I'm right. I just think I have my point of view. You guys have your own point of view. So, all
right. If you state the viewpoint
for me, for me.
Oh, man.
So look, for me, there's gonna be occasions where they get sent home early, right? Or like, we didn't have anything else, so go ahead and go home. Keep in mind that, say this is on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and Monday and Tuesday have been a hell, right? they're getting off late, getting home like at 10 p.m. or whatever. So here comes Wednesday, here comes Thursday or whatever, and they could go home. It's 2 p.m. or whatever, they could go home. And me, what I like to do is if I go home early on any given day, is I'll go home, take a bath, I'll shower, take a nap,
He takes bubble baths.
I'll take a nap, wake up. Say I took a nap like around 4 or 5, wake up like around 6:30, 7, and then eat dinner, chill with the kids or whatever. It just depends on the timing. But I always try to nap at least an hour and a half, because I know that my work week is still going, right? It's not the weekend, and I still have to go to work the next day, wake up at 3 in the morning. You know how we do, right? So to me, when I'm home, I like to take advantage of taking advantage of it. In my eyes, is getting some rest, recovering the body, getting better, so that tomorrow I'll be good. I'll be 100. I'll be driving good. I'm not gonna be sleepy, dozing off, or anything like that. They're the way when they go home, right? When there's no work or whatever, however you want me to say it, but they go home.
Video games.
The body takes a toll
Yeah,
when they go home.
Like they do extracurricular activities,
Video games.
right? Video games, gym,
Boxing.
goes out for drinks, and all this stuff. And then here comes the next day, and they're all fucked up still. and then it's not like I shouldn't feel sorry. I shouldn't feel bad. But then like their fucking eyes, they can't even open them, bro. And they're like all fucking like this and shit. And it's like, what, dude? You were off early. You were off early yesterday. Like, did you get some rest? And they're like, no. It's like,
I was gonna be.
so
off
then
at
why
this
do I
time
have
anyway.
to deal? I guess
double.
it sounds wrong me saying it like this. Like, why do I have to deal? Because I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But
It's,
why do I have to see the why do I have to the repercussions land on me? Like I have to see that you're fucked.
Okay.
I have to see that you're tired, you're wasted.
He doesn't like to see our face being like that. Like, fuck.
See, I don't feel good, bro. I like them to be 100. Like I like them to feel good when they're working and shit. And when I see them that their eyes are all red, they could barely even open them and shit. Like, how would that make you feel? Like, and especially that I have to tell them you have to come back. How, like, and I take that like though that weight is in my shoulders.
Yeah.
When I see them all fucked, and it's like, what, dude, you guys have to come back.
I don't know how you guys party, but I've been through that where after a while you start realizing that you just don't want to be fucked up anymore. Like you kind of you take advantage of the day off.
Yeah, like
Well, see,
Or maybe I'm just old.
no,
Bro, when it was like
no,
early,
that's what
I
it
was
is.
like, you know
that's
what?
what it is.
that's why I want to get your opinion.
It's a choice.
Because to
My opinion
to
is
myself,
that it's a choice and that they have to suffer the consequence of what they did the day before.
Yeah.
But then where does that put me? That puts
You
me in a tough position, right? Do I have to be
No.
tough on them?
No, you made
No.
your own
Wait,
choices. You need to run
mean-
your operation the way you would regardless.
But
of how
then
they are.
that's
doesn't
not gonna
affect you.
keep them happy all the time.
No,
you know what I mean?
But it's
Wait,
not
wait.
them. It's like one of those. It's not you. It's me thing. Like
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, I do. I can't not.
Because he loves us. Like,
Yeah, he loves us too
We're
much.
friends.
It's just
We're friends. That's
it's
why.
just-
Don't FaceTime him.
we don't.
No, but I see them, bro. Like they're got the freaking accounts all fucked up.
No,
all beat up and
but you
shit.
know what it is? I think
I
it's
nap.
like say we work, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday from like 6 a.m. to like 9 p.m. every day. But Wednesday, we work from like 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So normally we try to go to sleep like at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. or whatever, depends. So from 2 to 9, we want to take advantage of the time that we didn't have the days before. So we'll play video games, play with our kids, do stuff like that. But we know, okay, at 9 p.m., that's the usual time we go to sleep if we had worked. So we're still going to go to sleep at that time. But from this time, like, we don't want to spend it like napping or anything. We want to take advantage of the time that we don't have the days before. So we take advantage. And we still try going to sleep like at 9 or 10. But the next day, it's like we're tired. Yeah, we're tired, But at least we were able to finally do the things that we weren't able to do the 2 days before.
Taking advantage of your time, of your off time, your off duty time, is recovering. That's taking advantage.
Yeah. But the keyword there was your time.
Yeah.
So
So if they choose to take that, but I it's hard for me not to feel sorry for them when they don't take advantage of that time to nap or get ready, feel better for them, like feel better physically, or that's a tough situation right there.
You choose to make it tough for yourself because you care too much. Like
So that's what I'm saying. So that's why. So what you think I should just like fuck it? They have to do the job whether they're fucked or not.
Which is what we do already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think we
we
should
not?
be like.
What? We work more than you. What are you talking about?
He's dogging me.
I know. Look at him.
This is getting
He gets home whenever he goes home. If it's a tough day, he just fucking drives home.
Nah, I honestly,
Not true. That's what they think.
I've told
That's what
Giancarlo
they think.
before that like I appreciate when he like looks out for us, because there's been some times where like he looks at him and see when he's tired, he was like this. His eyes are red and like his
I'm
face
single.
is
I'm
puffy,
single.
dude. His face gets puffy,
For your big boys.
and
out
he'll
there.
be like, yeah, like go home, you know.
single.
And it's like sometimes he'll look at me too, and he'll be like, you know what, like, dude, you're tired, like, just go home. And I'm like, all right, you know. So I appreciate that he cares, but it's just like, sometimes, like, dude, I hate naps. I took a nap yesterday. I hated it.
I love naps.
I took a 3-hour nap yesterday when I got home. I hated it.
I took a nap. I took a pretty good nap. I felt good. So to me, that's the best way to take advantage as a truck driver. You know, as a truck, you have the weekend. Of course, anyone, shit, blame your mom for not marrying a billionaire. You know, or, you know, and your dad's not a billionaire that you can't just stay home. All of us, I would want to be home all week too, and spend time with my kids and play with them and shit. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But I take advantage on the weekends to do that. Fridays I'm off early, and I take advantage on the weekends. This guy's gonna try to say that, oh, you know, you get to go home whenever the hell I want, but that's not the case. I do the same thing they do and the same amount of loads they do. Like if I'm off by one, like we're doing the same thing. Like, you fucking don't crucify me for that, dude. Like, it's just.
I just want to point out that he is actually his driver. You know.
Yeah, I have a good time. I love my job.
yeah.
Honestly, because of Giancarlo.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just wish that they took advantage in that way to recover, because it's part of the responsibility, you know. Like, you know, we don't drink and drive, we don't do drugs for that reason. Because why? Because we have our license. Like, we have to take care of it. It's a livelihood, you know. So
Lately, I've been listening to him. You know, like I've been taking naps when I go home, but I hate it. I feel like a kid that's being told you gotta take a nap. I hate it.
It's just your body recovers, bro. That's the only way.
Yeah,
sleep
so-
is the only way your body's gonna recover. With
So
sleep.
I've been listening to him. You know, like I've been taking naps. I've been, you know, going to sleep at the time he tells me to.
I don't think I told you it's time to go to sleep.
No, he tell me, it's like, oh, you go to sleep like at 9 and you wake up like at 1:30. You know, you get there. And that's what I've been doing.
He has a chart. That's
Did he tell you when did he shower? Did he tell you?
Yeah.
He's like, listen, you complain less when you go to bed at this time.
Yeah. So I've been listening more. So I've been kind of, you know, understanding his point a little bit more, because he has been doing this like far longer than us, you know.
What temperature do you recommend?
78.
All I tell him is
Giancarlo says 78 degrees.
76, bro. 76. I tell them all the time. I tell this to them all the time, because they try to compare. And
Yeah,
they
we
don't,
fight a
They
lot
try to
with them.
compare, like, oh, like right now, this guy, right, try to get aggressive. Oh, you go whatever time you want. What? Okay, I've done it. I've done this.
It's kind of true
for
though.
8 years, and that even though right now I'm sleeping good or whatever, it takes those 8 years. They're still in my back. Like, I still carry them. You guys barely been doing it for one.
Ooh.
So it it just like, I'm not but like what I'm trying to say is that, like, I kind of know like what I'm doing. I kind of do, like, you know, like I and that's why because the way you're gonna last in this business is like that, taking care of yourself, and that's the only way. If you don't take care of yourself, bro.
How young are you guys?
31.
31?
I'm turning 28
We're the
in
same
about
age.
a week or two.
Yeah, I'm 31 too. We're the same age.
We're born in the same hospital.
I'm the old fart in the building right now.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Jesus
You don't
Christ.
look 35.
What?
You don't look 35.
What the fuck?
I
I'm
met you.
strong, though.
I met you, bro. How old were you? How long ago did I meet you?
Feels like it was yesterday.
I think it was like, no, I think it's been like 6 years ago, bro, when I got my truck. 6 years ago.
How did you guys meet?
I think
Well, through Instagram. We started talking through Instagram.
and I
mainly.
saw when you went to the Long Beach Chrome Shop, whatever, that they had that show out there.
Oh, okay.
That's when I checked
That's when
out
I-
your truck.
That's when we like met in person for the first time,
I
huh?
think so.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I just try to explain that to them, bro. You know that
Yeah, I
it
think
takes a toll on you, dude. That the many years. I mean, look at all the old timers that have been doing it for plenty of years, bro. They look all fucked up, dude.
That's just everyone's gonna do what they're gonna do.
See, I think he's trying to
you're
guide
not
us.
Gonna change that. So
What do you think? Just stay out of it.
It's okay to care, but just worry about
I do
yourself.
care, bro.
Respectfully.
I do care
He
about
does
these
care.
We're
guys.
friends. We care about him too.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
But
they
you-
don't
but-
care.
We do care. You don't think so?
But has there ever been the time where you're just kind of like, oh, I'm too tired today. Like, I'm just gonna do this and go home.
Oh, I would get that a lot.
Would you do that often?
I think I canceled one load for him. One load.
More than one, but
No, it was one.
Because see,
was
we feel guilty.
Oh, another one is what I mean. Based on that, it was more than one. One is mechanical, and one was on a seek one. So
I know what.
there's a difference. Is there?
Pon atención, perro.
I know what.
on a seek one. What does that mean?
Consequences of partying too hard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Georgia took a day off because he was hungover. I just want to throw that out there. But see, like we feel guilty if we try to say that. Like if we try to tell him like, dude, we're
No,
like
those are
too
the
tired.
consequences of our own actions.
No,
That's
but, like,
fine.
say-
We're not
say we
expecting
do-
him to-
See, we try to double it up every day except for Friday.
It's almost like religion, bro. Like you gotta believe in the Lord, because I believe in the Lord. You gotta go to bed when I go to bed. It's a very thin line when you're buddies and coworkers and all that.
But see, the only thing is that like say like we've been doing like a double Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it comes to Thursday, and we're just like, dude, like we can't go no more. We can't go no more. But they say, oh, they want a double. Like we still do it.
Go on.
Like we just feel bad. We just feel bad to like try to be like, I'm tired, dude. Like I can't go no more. You know, we tough it out. That's what we always do, right?
I feel like my ears can't go no more. As far as these headphones, they're numbing the fuck out of them.
You need another break?
No
Oh.
more breaks. We're actually almost out of time. If
Okay.
you guys wanna add
No.
any more stuff,
That's it.
anything.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having
No.
us.
We're at 2 hours 55 minutes.
Honestly, I think it's just because like we're pretty cool.
Jokes.
This guy.
Wait. Put him back on.
What?
Okay. Take him off. Take him off. I want to see something. Okay.
What the-
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it one more time.
That you
Let's
don't
You're
need
fucking trolling, fool. What's up?
Ah, you
You're fucking trolling, fool.
Fly!